Hey, hey, what's going on? Chris Record here. We're
Oh, there we go. Hey, everyone. Arthur Tubman here. We're going to get started here in about 2 minutes. Thank you for patiently waiting for us to get going. We managed to max out the lines probably like several times and finally got it going. So we're going to do this on a hangout, and Chris should be joining us here momentarily. So just sit tight. We're going to get started in about 2 minutes, and grab a pen, grab a piece of paper, whatever you got to do. Get yourself in a quiet place. Get ready to take some notes. We're gonna be covering some pretty powerful content. So excited to have you guys all here. And again, like I said, this is Arthur Tubman. Chris is going to be joining us in just a second here, and excited to have you here. So please be patient. We'll be getting started in about a minute.
What's up? What's up? Let's go ahead and Arthur, tell me if we're on. Tell me if we're all right. Hey, I got a fun little question for you here for everybody watching. What happens when you get 2,000 entrepreneurs who are all refreshing the screen at the same exact time over and over and over again, trying to figure out why the webinar is not playing? Right? That's exactly what happens. Is you actually you end up having server problems. So we're going to get started here in just a moment, and don't worry because we have not started the recording yet, so any technical difficulties will not be featured in the recording for the playback. And for those of you that are hanging on right now, I'm looking at the numbers, and the numbers are starting to rapidly climb, so I can see that people are refreshing, people are going, and people are able to get on. So we'll stall off for a couple more seconds here. It looks like everybody's got their stuff together, and I'm excited. Now listen, for those of you that don't know me, for those of you that don't know, Arthur, here's just a little, really quickly, just a little bit about me, and I'm sure Arthur will tell you a little bit about himself. But I've been an online marketer for numerous years here. Since I think probably back 1999 is when I first got started, and I really kind of hit it big online at around the year 2005. That's when I started getting into basically Google AdSense. And I thought it was really fantastic that I could just build websites and basically build blogs back then, put Google ads on them, and then all that had to happen was people would come and they would click on an ad and I would get paid. No transaction even took place on my site. They went over to Google, they clicked on an ad, and somebody paid them over there, right? So I made money. And it started out as a small amount of money. I was making a couple $100 here, a couple $100 there. Then suddenly it became a couple $100 a day, then $300 a day. And then from there, it just took off. I mean, it went to, even $1,000 a day. And I remember having my first $10,000 month, then my first $20,000 month, and everything completely shifted. It was at that moment that I knew that when you figure out the internet game, when you absolutely figure it out, it's a game changer for your entire life. What happened was I was equipped to be able to make a six-figure income anytime that I want, anywhere that I'm going to go, with the skill set. Right, with the skill set. Now, the internet's always going to change, technology is always going to change, but if you get the right skill set, you can pull it off. And so that's the purpose of today's training, is to be able to help give you an improved skill set, to be able to teach you some strategies that are working in today's market. Today is Wednesday, November 13th, right, 2013, in today's market, and it's what time is it? It's like now it's like probably 7:20 Pacific Standard Time at least, because we started about 20 minutes late because of the server difficulties. We are live. We are live. We are transparent. We are unscripted, and we are just here to give you and here to serve. And we're excited. So, and stay around for the end of the webinar because I'm going to actually come back on and I'm going to teach you some. I'm going to show you really what Arthur and I are putting together that we believe is going to absolutely change the game in 2014. We're putting together a foundation that we believe everybody is going to make this their #1 marketing strategy in 2014. So are you ready? Are you excited? With that being said, what I want to do is I want to transition. I think there's enough people now on the Hangout here. I think there's enough people on the page. We want to go ahead and get started with this transition. But my good friend Hurricane Arthur Tubman, this is who I went to. This is the guy that I went to when I wanted advice and coaching and mentoring on Facebook fan pages. I make a healthy six-figure income, and he makes a great six-figure income, but you still need a mentor. Even Tiger Woods has a coach. So I went to Arthur, got mentorship, got advice. I had to humble myself to do it too, and he taught me really how to crack the code on fan pages. You see, I could build a fan page, and I could basically get fans on it for like 10 cents a piece, and I could do that all day long. It really wasn't too difficult. But he was getting them for a penny a piece, even sometimes less than a penny a piece. And I just, for whatever reason, I couldn't crack that. I could see webinars or I could learn it, but I couldn't crack it. And it wasn't until really some hand-holding from Arthur, it wasn't until we got together and he actually personalized it to me, helped me specifically with my situation, that really changed. And so that really made the difference. And I was able to go from 10 cents a like down to 5 cents a like, down to 2 cents a like, down to a cent a like. And I remember the first time I ever sent Arthur a text message that says, I just got it down to 0 cents a like. Now, of course, it's not completely zero, but it's like 0.0 whatever, right? But it's less than a penny. And I remember I started getting 2 likes for a penny. And now these aren't just likes that you go buy on Fiverr or something. These are legitimate, real, these are engaged people. And then what happens is once you crack that code, Well, if you're paying a penny a like, I mean, that's $1,000. You can get a fan page with 100,000 engaged people. I mean, sky's the limit at that point. You can scale up, right? So what you do is you figure it out, then you scale up. Once you have that big of a fan page, you could be selling T-shirts, you could be selling CPA offers, you could sell affiliate offers, you can market your own business to them, you can drive traffic to your blog, you can get leads to your opt-in list, you can do it all. Once you have this thing cracked, once you have this thing figured out, all of those things are possible. Right? So that's our goal today. Our goal is to basically share with you a huge overview of what we call penny click profits, which is basically a step-by-step system to be able to teach people how to build massive fan pages to be able to create more traffic, capture more leads, and convert more sales. And there's nobody better to be able to do that than my main man, Hurricane Arthur Tubman. So unless there's any other crazy technical difficulties, Arthur, why don't you jump on out and walk everybody through this program?
Hey guys. Chris, can you hear me okay? Am I coming through clear?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you see my screen as well?
Yeah, I can. Let me take my screen off here so you can just get started.
Cool. All right, guys. Like I said, I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to, I know we're getting a late start here, but sometimes when 2,000 people get registered for a webinar, servers crash, things happen, technical difficulties happen. But regardless of all that, we're all here. I'm excited to have all you guys here. What's cool is that it's 10:30 here on the East Coast, and it's like 7:30 on the West Coast. And I know there's probably a ton of really cool shows on TV and hobbies and things people are into doing at this time of night in the evening. The cool thing is I'm going to show you some things tonight that you could actually take those different hobbies and take those different shows that you would be watching and make them profitable. So what I'm really saying is, how would you like to be paid to watch your favorite shows? How would you like to be paid to be participating in your favorite hobbies? I'm going to be sharing some of that stuff with you guys today. The power of social media using Facebook fan pages. Now, for those of you that don't know me, I do want to give you a little overview of myself, a little bit about who I am, what I'm about, where I come from. This is a picture of me. Again, my name is Arthur Tubman. I go by Hurricane Arthur. And I am 29 years young. I started as an entrepreneur at the age of 19. And when I first got started, I started in paint contracting. I was part of one of those college franchise companies. And it was a good start in business. It was a good start in entrepreneurship. And after that, transitioned into real estate, both in the financial sector with mortgages and also as a real estate investor and basically going out there and doing real estate sales. And I ended up transitioning into sales. And what ended up happening was in 2007, I got online, and I got online out of necessity. I was tired of going out there and putting out flyers, putting out roadside signs, working the networking events, just grinding it out. And I just started to teach myself and to go to seminars and to go to workshops, hire coaches, buy programs, you name it, I did it, to learn how to do online marketing. And by the time 2008 rolled around, people were asking me to teach them how I was able to pull in the type of income I was starting to pull in using online marketing. So I created a coaching program in 2008. By 2009, I launched a tech startup to help the masses. And by 2010, we were featured on the front page in the business section of the OC Register. And if you're not familiar with that paper, it's the third largest paper in California. And it's really what started my career. It started to propel my career forward and started to really take off. And once that happened, we just got bombarded with calls from local businesses, which prompted me to launch D4Y Brand Builder. Essentially, D4Y Brand Builder help businesses to build their brands, to get their marketing off the ground, to basically get themselves out there online. And just recently, in 2013, partnering up with Chris and launching Take Massive Action, which is all about empowering people. It's all about helping people with resources, tools, training, really get themselves out there and make a splash in a big way in their business, whatever that business is. What ended up happening was, through all that, I started to get to work with celebrities. Here's a picture of me and my good friend Hulk Hogan. I created viral videos. Here's a screenshot of a viral video I worked on that now has over 22 million views on YouTube. Got to work with big corporate companies, musicians, multi-level marketing organizations. Got to work with real estate professionals, real estate agents. I got to work with a lot of different types of businesses in different industries, and it was a lot of fun. And what ended up happening was my lifestyle started to change. I went from this grinder, this person that was bootstrapping, to really living a lifestyle of my dreams. I got to spend more time with family. I got to travel the world. I got to go out and get my dream car. I don't have a picture of that here because I just don't. I don't have enough space for it. But I got to buy my dream car. I got to actually this winter and this spring. If you look at that picture on the right, that was my office in Costa Rica for the last in the first 5 months of this year in 2013. I just got to do things like that. It was a lot of fun. All right, now before I get going with some of the content, I do want to give you my little income disclaimer. I call this Arthur's income disclaimer, and it basically goes like this. Look, results are not typical because I'm not typical. I don't know who's on this webinar. I'm gonna assume that there's smart people on this webinar, and there's people that have a really good work ethic, and there's people that want to make big things happen, and you're results oriented like I am, and you're a big thinker, big doer, big dreamer, all of the above. But reality is the results are not typical. I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know if you're going to apply the information I'm going to share with you. I don't know if you're going to take our mastermind seriously. I don't really know the answers to any of those questions. What I do know is that if you do what I teach you, you'll have a lot of really phenomenal results in your business, in your life, and things will change. But results are not typical. So with that being said, let's transition. So heavy focus in Facebook fan pages in 2013 for me. I moved down to Costa Rica in February, and just to protect the privacy of my good friend, I'm going to call him Mr. X. I watched my buddy, Mr. X, go out, go surfing every single day, lounge out, have fun, enjoy his life, and he was making a killing using community pages. What was cool about Mr. X is this guy is kind of like your traditional lazy marketer, or, you know, look, you know, he's obviously knows what he's doing. He obviously paid his dues to get to where he's at, but he just, you know, he's got this persona, this lazy marketer, this kind of beach bum lazy marketer. Loves to go out, loves to go surfing, loves to hang out, loves to party. But reality is he was making an absolute killing with community pages. And what was really cool is 9 months ago, from when I got together with him in Costa Rica, is he was bartending, barely making ends meet bartending. And I'm going to show you guys, these are 2 very successful community pages that he runs amongst other successful community pages. These are just 2 of them. First one here is Duck Dynasty Fan Club. He's got 1.3 million fans. Another one is I Love Country Music with 400,000 fans. There are 2 pages that he runs, just 2 out of many, many, many pages. And his results were just phenomenal. Here's some of the results that he was getting. Here's one campaign, 13,000 likes for $290, just a little bit over 2 cents a like. Next one here is 18,000 likes in this campaign, $190 spent, penny a like. Then we get down to what Chris is talking about, below the penny a like, 2,000 likes for less than 16 bucks, and then this campaign here, 26,000 likes for literally almost half a penny a like, almost 2 likes for every penny being spent. Just phenomenal results. And what ended up happening was I begged him to teach me. One of the things that you guys will learn about me is I love to train and I love to teach and I love to mentor people, but I'm a good student. That's where it all begins. You got to be a good student in order to become a good mentor. And I begged him to teach me because I wanted to learn this trade. I wanted to learn how he's able to accomplish this with a very limited budget starting out. Now, my budget wasn't limited, but I wanted to make sure that I can do this and that it was going to work for me because I don't want to go out there and spend thousands of dollars, you know, creating a fan page with 10,000 likes on it. But here's what started to happen. My first week using the system, sure, it wasn't penny likes, but I got nearly 9,300 likes for about 350 bucks. 3 cents a like. It was a pretty good start to my campaign. And what ended up happening was that first page that I started, here we are. This is a screenshot taken on November 4th, so just a little bit over a week ago. This page is now over 102,000 fans. Pretty phenomenal results if you ask me. And you know what? I got better. That's not where it ends. I got better at it. Here's another page I started. I started this one on June 29th, just at the end of June. It was at 360 likes. I took this page to over 118,000 fans today. It's just been remarkable. It's been a kind of a phenomenal growth for me, and just kind of watching this happen right, excuse me, right in front of my eyes over the last several months. And You know, it doesn't stop there. I literally had a client approach me, and they said, "Hey, Arthur, look, you know, I've had this fan page. It's at 4,000 likes. It's been hovering there for almost a year. Can you help me? I know you've been doing this Facebook fan page marketing. I know you've been growing these fan pages. I know you've been getting these penny likes. And look, we don't even need penny likes. If you can get us likes for 50 cents, we'd be happy." And I took over that page, and just in a matter of months, at the end of July through the beginning of November, 52,000 likes, spending less than 1,500 bucks. Just overall incredible results throughout the board. Now, I get this a lot, but Arthur, I can buy likes. I can buy likes on Fiverr.com. Okay, sure, you can go buy some likes. But the question that I have for you is, can you buy that type of engagement? And the reality is you can't. You can't buy this type of engagement. Here's a screenshot of analytics from one of my pages. And the cool thing here is that this fan page only has 7,000 fans on the page. Only 7,000 fans. Any given day, I can get between 1,000 and 2,000 likes on any given post. Now, we're not talking about posting 20 times a day. We're talking about maybe 1, 2, 3, maybe 5 maximum posts per day on these pages. And this particular page you see on November 2nd, this is a recent screenshot, November 2nd, 2,385 likes on this one page. And like I said, this one page, 7,000 fans on this page. Here's another one of my fan pages. I'll give you a second to take it in as I take a little drink of water here. This is one of my fan pages, and as you can see, this fan page, this screenshot, I'm taking a shot from October 12th, 2013. Excuse me, guys. 34,000 likes on any given day. 20,000 likes on any given day. I mean, you can't buy this type of engagement. This is organic engagement. We'll take a look at this. You know, these are posts from some of these pages. You'll see the post on the left here. It's kind of small here, but 46,000 people like this, 2,600 shares. The picture in the middle, 1,800 comments on the post. Picture on the left, almost 5,000 shares on this photo. Now let me just break that down for you guys. Do you understand what happens when somebody shares your post? When somebody shares your post, it now goes through their entire network. This is how stuff goes viral on Facebook. This is how stuff goes viral in social media, is by people sharing your content. Not just by liking it, commenting on it, but actually sharing it with all their network. So you just cannot buy these type of raving fans. Or can you, right? Or can you buy them? You know, we're going to be learning about some of that here on this webinar today. But this can literally be done in any niche. This is not limited to the niches that you see on the screen, but these are just some of the niches that Chris and I have fan pages in. And over the last several months that we've been working together, we've accumulated well over 100 pages collectively that we run and manage, and these are just some of the niches that we're in. You have the music niche. You have different genres of music, rock and roll, trance, country. We literally just started a rap page. Different sports teams, sports training, general sports, just generic basketball, football, baseball, health and wellness, TV shows like The Walking Dead, Duck Dynasty, Top Chef, The Bachelorette, jewelry, religion, motivational. People think that these types of things can't be done in competitive niches. Think again. Think again. This can be done in any niche. Real estate, travel, different breeds of dogs. I mean, literally any niche that you can think of. And look, you know, there's a lot of courses out there, and a lot of them are good, and a lot of them are not good. And, you know, the different courses teach primarily just a handful of niches, 3 or 4 niches. And look, all those niches work. But I believe that with the strategies we're going to show you and teach you, you can do this in virtually any niche that you can ever want to do it in. So pretty incredible. What about live events? These are 2 pictures. We actually did a live event in August in Vegas, and 3 weeks prior to the event, we started an I Love Vegas page. We managed to grow this page to close to 4,000 likes, and in the process of doing that, we managed to build this little picture on the right here, an event in Vegas, and this is not a free event. This is an event people had to pay to attend. So they would go to our page, they would click on our ads, and they would actually go to a page where they would have to buy a ticket to attend the live event. So for those of you that run a live event model in your business, you can absolutely build for live events using this strategy. It's pretty powerful stuff. Now, this is another question I get very, very frequently. Arthur, how does doing a page about a TV show, jewelry, or dogs make real-world dollars? It makes absolutely no sense. I just don't get it. How does that happen? Well, I want to ask you guys a series of questions, and I want you to really think about some of these things that I'm going to ask you here. First question is, how do brands make money advertising to people watching those shows? How do brands make money advertising to people watching those shows? And then the second question would be, why would companies spend as much as $1 million on a Super Bowl ad? What company in their right mind would spend $1 million on a 30-second commercial? And the answer is obvious, and the answer is simple. They know who is watching, and so do I, right? The thing is Facebook, on Facebook, you can literally track everything. You can track everything. You can see the screenshot here. This is one of my pages analytics. I can see the gender makeup of my pages. I could see which age groups they're in. I could see what cities they live in, what countries they live in, what languages they speak. Not only that, but I can see when are the best times to post to my audience. What are the best post types? Am I better off posting pictures or videos or just text? Am I better off posting certain type of text? Are there certain characters of a show that convert better than characters or different characters of that same show? I can see virtually everything. I can track virtually everything. And what it comes down to, guys, is once you know your demographic, you can figure out what to market to them. You can figure out what to sell. Or you can just do it the other way around. The way we do it is you can find something that you want to market and then go out there and build that demographic using these fan pages. Let me just see how I'm doing here. And all right, looks like everything is cool. All right. All right, and for those of you wondering, like, Arthur, I don't have a product. You can start with something simple. If you don't have a product, you don't have a service, you want to get into affiliate marketing, you want to do internet marketing, you can start with something simple like Amazon. Here's a screenshot of monthly earnings using Amazon. A little bit shy of $1,900 in Amazon. I mean, not too shabby for a company that pays pretty low commissions. We're talking 4 to 6, sometimes 7%, depending on how much volume you can do. It's a nice chunk of change for doing very little work to achieve those types of results. And I get a lot. Amazon doesn't pay out a lot. But the reality is that Amazon is a very trusted source, and it's a good place to start. And the cool thing is and Chris will attest to this too, is you send someone to buy a T-shirt, you send someone to buy like a little knickknack, or you send someone to buy something for 10 or 20 bucks on Amazon. What ends up happening is they filled up their cart the last time they were on Amazon. They filled it up with something like a Kindle, or they put some kind of fancy electronic or cool product on their wish list, and now they go ahead and buy it. And guess what? Now you get credit for it. They put it on their wish list. Now they go and spend a couple $100, and you get credit for them doing that. So pretty neat. Good place to start. A couple more examples here. You can focus on CPA networks. You can focus on affiliate networks. Here's just a few examples. You have things like ClickBank and JVZoo and Commission Junction. Here's a screenshot from Convert to Media, just from 1 month, almost $9,000 in profit. Running through Facebook fan pages, pretty cool. And what's really cool is, once you crack the code with this type of stuff, once you understand how to do it, once you really dial it in, once you dial in these strategies and apply it the way we teach it, you can create some pretty massive paydays. I mean, if you just look at this screenshot here, I know it's fairly small, but if you just pay attention to it, you can see at the bottom of the screenshot, and I'll hover my mouse over it, at the bottom of the screenshot you have the month of May, $9,000. Month of June, $5,000. Month of July, it starts to really take off. The page starts to really take off. It starts to really take to some of the offers on this network, $14,000. In the month of August, from August 1st or August 4th, $3,400. August 5th or August 11th, nearly $8,000. August 12th to August 18th, 11,000. Everyone getting the drift here? What starts to happen once you start really cracking the code on some of these strategies? It's pretty neat. What about T-shirts? I know a lot of you found this hangout or registered for this hangout. You saw some email out there, or you saw a post about me selling T-shirts. This is a test campaign. I started selling T-shirts about a month ago, and let me tell you, never in a million years would I think that I'd be selling T-shirts. I mean, the idea of printing, the idea of shipping or holding any type of inventory or designing shirts. I mean, I'm not a designer by any stretch of that word. But when you have a company that's willing to do all the heavy lifting for you, and all you have to do is promote these shirts on your fan page and create a $3,000 profit over a 2-week period on a little test campaign, it's pretty powerful. If you guys take a look at this is one campaign here on October 29, 214 shirts sold. I remember setting the goal of 50 shirts, and I was like, man, if I hit 50 shirts, that'll be awesome. And this shirt campaign went viral. Something I did on this one campaign went viral, and I generated over $1,800 from one T-shirt over a week period. A week. It's absolutely mind-blowing. And you know, there's a lot of other monetization ideas. There's things like building an email list. And one of the most effective uses of your fan page is to build a super targeted email list. And the benefit of building up a targeted email list is that you can get extremely high open rates and click-through rates when you're building these types of email lists. Now, I'm going to ask you guys a question. And for those of you that are internet marketers on here and that have been doing email marketing, honestly, what are some of the open rates that you get? What are like good open rates that you get in your emails? And I'm going to tell you the average. The average is going to be between 6 and 10% these days. With some of the new changes in Gmail, it's going to be closer to 6%. If you take a look at this little screenshot here from an Aweber account, this is one of the lists. Just under 4,000 opt-ins. And if you look at the open rates, and I'm going to hover over it so you can see it, the open rates, typically 6 to 10%. If you're a god at email marketing and you get 15% open rates these days, man, that's awesome. You're email marketing god. But check this out. 40 to 60% open rates. 40 to 60% open rates. The power of this is you're creating a super targeted email list of raving fans that are just going to hang on to every word that you say. Not just on the fan page, but once they get on your list. And not only getting on your list, but another idea is building a niche website. And this is an advanced strategy that you're not going to learn right out the gate. You're not going to learn it in week 1 of our mastermind. You're not going to learn it tomorrow or next week. But why would you want to build a niche website? Is because you're in full control. This one stat right here, this one niche website, the first 30 days, it generated almost 12,000 people visited the site in the first 30 days. And why is that? Because you're super targeting your fans. You're taking them from a fan page about a topic to a website about a topic, and you're in full control. Facebook can no longer tell you what you can and cannot do. You own the content on your page. Now, sure, you want to be ethical and legal in everything that you do, but you're in full control at this point. Just another really slick monetization strategy. Now, you know, some of the things that we talk about, building an email list, building a niche site, building these huge like campaigns, you know, typically a lot of these things are midterm and long-term campaigns. Now, midterm, you know, being like 30 days, and long-term being 60, 90, 120 days, you know, typically it's going to take you a month to 3 months to build up a nice-sized fan page. And a lot of our students, you know, they're okay with that because they see the end goal. They see how they can start profiting, you know, after a 30, 60, 90-day period, and that's normal. I mean, in most businesses, you know, it could take up to a couple of years before you start to see any profit. But the cool thing about this strategy is that it's interchangeable, and Facebook allows you to do it so many different ways. A lot of you came to this webinar tonight, and you heard about something I call dark post. And I'm not the only one that uses this. Look, there's other experts out there to teach this, a handful, and we call these dark posts. And these are short-term campaigns. Now, I specifically picked a niche that I wasn't in because I wanted to show a case study where I can pick a niche, I can do a niche that I have no involvement in, and I can have success with it. So I picked health and wellness. So if you're in a health and wellness niche, great. If you're not, just swap it out with what niche you're in, and just know that I have no product that I can sell in the health and wellness niche. So this is a kind of a brand new campaign for me. And when I say short term, this campaign was over a 5-day period. So as you're watching this, just keep in mind this is a 5-day campaign. This is a short term campaign. Most campaigns in the Facebook, building mega pages, they would take 30, 60, 90 or more days to really build out. So with that being said, let me just make sure my audio still good. Looks like all right, cool. Everything is good. Getting thumbs up throughout the board. All right. So let's take a look at this. So basically, health and wellness. I don't have any products in this niche. I went ahead and I created a very generic page. When I started this page, I had 0 likes. And for this specific type of campaign, for dark posts, you don't need to have any fans at all when you're getting started. You don't even need to have branding on the page. I went ahead and I created some branding. I went into PowerPoint, created this little simple logo. I made it myself. Like I said, I'm not a designer. I'm sure you guys can see that. I created this modern looking feel for my logo, which I thought it was cool, but you guys are probably like amateur, noob, right? For anyone that's a designer on this hangout right now. I created this page on October 31st. I set up the page. And the next thing I did was I picked an offer. I went to ClickBank. I found a really good health and wellness offer that converts well. What I was looking for was an offer that had a high gravity. It's called gravity is what it's called is when it's a high converting offer. And you can actually search for offers in ClickBank based on gravity. Next thing I did was I created a lead capture page. And like I said, I am not a designer. And this lead capture page literally took me less than 10 minutes to set up. I used an outside third-party company called Lead Pages to create this, and this is just a little opt-in to capture some leads while I'm running this campaign. So I picked an offer, I created a lead capture page, and the very next thing I did was I decided I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set up an ad. So if you take a look at this ad, I'm basically targeting women. This is a women's health and wellness product specifically for women. So I target women between the ages of 18 and 57 who like keywords that have something to do with some kind of diet. And can't reveal the keywords here, but I will gladly share them with everyone in the private mastermind as we continue this. And I chose English-speaking countries. I chose Australia, Canada, United Kingdom, New Zealand, the US. And I'm going to give you guys, for anyone that's in the health and wellness niche, here's a little loophole. Facebook does not allow you to run before and after picture posts or ads. And one of the ways to get around that is you cut out the left side of the before picture and you leave the whole after picture. So if you like using before and afters, I do too. I don't really know if I do or not, but if I was in the health and wellness niche, I'd probably be running them consistently. And they seem to work really well based on my tests over the last couple of weeks. But anyway, this campaign I ran for 5 days. And over this 5-day period, I ended up spending $84.43. And here's one thing I want to point out to everyone that's watching this right now. You'll see in the top right-hand corner here, I have this boxed in. This is my click-through rate. For anyone that knows anything about click-through rates, my click-through rate for the 5-day campaign was just under 1%. It was 0.723%. I continued running this campaign for the next week, and that click-through rate is now over 5%. What's really cool about these ads is as you learn, as you progress, and as you run campaigns, you learn what to look for. You learn how to tweak these ads. And it's something we're going to be showing you how to do. So it's pretty exciting when you can take a campaign that's going well and scale it up and make it 10 times better. And this is kind of what I'm doing with this ad. So I spent a total of $84.43, and let's take a look at some of the results that I was able to get. Well, the first result was I was able to build a pretty sizable email list. So in the first 5 days, just spending $84.43, for those of you that are, your math majors, you understand math, you understand, you buy leads or you buy opt-ins or you buy clicks or maybe you do solo ads or whatever type of paid traffic that you do. $84.43, one of the results that it yielded for me was it got me 208 subscribers on a fresh list. in the first 5 days of running a campaign. On top of that, I was also able to earn $224.05 in 5 days on ClickBank. So you can see here from October 31st through November 4th, you add those up and that's what you get. $84.43 spent, almost 3 times that made back. Huge ROI. It's almost like I'm getting the leads for free and I'm profitable. What's really cool too is I got 228 organic likes on my page. Now I wasn't going for likes. This is a short-term campaign, and the whole point of the campaign is to sell product. The whole point of the campaign is to run it dark. And so if I go back, I'll explain to you guys here on this post here, why is it called a dark post? Well, I'm running an ad just like I would run any ad, but the difference is instead of going on the fan page, it's dark on the fan page. So the fan page is still running it, but it's a dark post, meaning it's advertising this post in the newsfeed to the target audience. So these 30 million people as the estimated audience, it's going after those people in their news feeds, in the actual timeline that they see. Those big posts, instead of the right-hand side post, they're actually seeing it in their news feed. And the people that are part of the fan page, they don't see it. And you know, when you're starting a brand new fan page, it almost doesn't make sense to try to advertise to non-existing fans. So pretty cool stuff. Again, spent $84.43, 200 plus subscribers, $224 earned. Overall, very successful campaign. So I want to ask you guys, what can you do with that type of weekly lead flow? Can you scale it up? I mean, if you were to spend double that and got double amount of leads, what can you do with that? Imagine having 800 leads, fresh, hot leads coming in for your health and wellness offer every single month and barely spending $400 for them. I mean, just take that in. I don't know how many of you are in a health and wellness niche, but you can swap out that niche with virtually anything. This is just a campaign. This is just a little test campaign I wanted to run and show everyone. You take a saturated, so-called saturated niche like health and wellness and turn it profitable after the first 5 days. Just absolutely incredible. Now, before I get started with some of the training for tonight, I do want to give you my little Facebook marketing disclaimer. And I do this often when I speak live, and it's very basic, but it's also very important that I share this with you guys. Facebook marketing is not something that's difficult. It's not hard. I mean, it's just not. There is a learning curve, just like anything else. You learn how to do something for the first time, or you learn a new strategy. There's a learning curve. I had a learning curve. I wasn't getting penny likes my first week. You saw the screenshots. My first campaign, a little bit over 3 cents a like. So there is a learning curve. It's also not an overnight project or success. It's gonna take some time. It's gonna take some time to get good at. I mean, a lot of people call me an overnight success in online marketing, but man, 6 years is a pretty long night. The last thing here is Facebook marketing is not a complete replacement to all of your other marketing efforts. So if you're doing something that's working really well for you, keep doing it. Facebook marketing is not a complete replacement to the other marketing efforts, at least not right away. So if LinkedIn is working for you, if you're going to networking events, if you're still going out there and meeting people face to face, hey, keep doing that. But while you keep doing that, just put in a little bit of time and learn what we're going to teach you here. Before I just really jump into the training, I do want to share some foundational statistics. I found this screenshot here. I found it pretty interesting. It's actually pretty dated, and I have, as of 2013, 699 million. I actually did the research on it this evening, and it's now closer to 1 billion active users on Facebook. 1 billion active users, and people are absolutely obsessed. Just absolutely obsessed with Facebook. And what I really found interesting is 48% of 18 to 34-year-olds check their Facebook right when they wake up. I found this interesting because I'm part of that demographic. These are some of the people that I'm marketing to. About 28% of that statistic there check their Facebook on their smartphones before getting out of bed. How crazy is that? I know it sounds crazy, but I'm part of that demographic. It's just people are obsessed with it. I mean, I can keep going with statistics, but would there really be a point to? I mean, I don't think you guys would be here this late on a webinar with us if you didn't think that there is huge value and huge potential using Facebook in your marketing. Now, what I want to get into tonight and some of the content I would like to cover with you is, look, I can't teach you how to run a massive Facebook fan page like campaign, in one webinar. But I can give you some nuggets to take away. I can give you some things where you can take home and apply pretty much right away. If you're already running ads on Facebook or you're getting started, I believe that these four things will help you, really start taking things off the ground. These are simple, but they work. So for those of you that are taking notes, grab your pen, grab your notepad if you don't already have it. I want to give you some really good nuggets here for anyone that's already running campaigns or you want to start running campaigns. These are the four things that really make these Facebook-like campaigns work. So number one is a well-targeted audience. Obviously, you're going out there, you're looking for likes. Therefore, you want the ad to show to the most relevant audience. Who are the most likely people to say yes or to say, okay, yeah, I like your page when you ask? Who's your demographic? Are they males? Are they females? Are they between the ages of 18 and 25, or are they between the ages of 34 and 45? What's their age demographic? What are they interested in? What books are they reading? What movies are they watching? There's a lot of these things that come into play, and number one is basically finding that well-targeted audience, and it's super important. It's super important. There's a reason why it's the first one of my four, my four factors here. I'm going to give you some ideas for determining the best age or the best gender to target. Now, there's other variables here, but we're just going to start with age and gender. The first thing that we have here are media kits. I don't know if you guys are familiar with media kits, but basically every major publication out there, whether it's a magazine or a newspaper, they have something called a media kit. When they're looking for people to advertise with them or a business to advertise with them, they're given something called a media kit. And the media kit sells the company on why they want to advertise with them. What demographic are they going after? Here's an online resource for you guys to use to determine the best age and the best gender to target. So if you're like me and you read Entrepreneur Magazine and you have entrepreneurial-based fan pages like I do, you can go to AdSprouts and you can look up the media kit and the demographics that you want to target for Entrepreneur Magazine. Or if you love watching the show The Walking Dead like I do, and you like the thought of the zombie apocalypse being real. I know that sounds funny, but hey, I'm a fan. You might want to go to a magazine like Entertainment Weekly or a magazine that has to do with that type of show, a horror magazine. And there's tons and tons and tons of mags out there, and AdSprouts can help you do that. You could also search Google. You can search Google for popular blogs in your niche. You can search Google for popular websites in your niche, and then you can go to a third-party resource like Quantcast. And Quantcast is a way where you can actually plug in a website, and again, it's going to give you the exact demographic of people that visit and spend time on that website. So in my case, I like Mashable.com. I might put in Mashable.com, and I might get the exact age group and the exact gender and some other analytics and other demographics that I might be looking for to help me determine who I want to target in my campaigns if I'm running some kind of social media tips page or something like that. So well-targeted audience, super important. And some of the other things that you're gonna really want to look at targeting with the well-targeted audience is interesting categories. Like I said earlier, what books are they reading? What groups do they belong to? Which organizations do they represent? What hobbies do they have? And then you have hashtags and connections and custom audiences. And some of these things here, like custom audiences, is a little bit of an advanced topic, which we'll cover in depth in our mastermind. So stay tuned for that. But well-targeted audiences is super important. You really got to determine, who your perfect customer is. So if you have a product or service to sell, you got to know exactly what that person looks like. You got to know what they do. You got to know what they're into. You got to know what their hobbies are. And I gave you guys some resources that you can figure that out. And it's super important to really nail that. Now, a little bonus tip I'm going to give you is I get this question a lot. How big should the audience that you're marketing to be? Personally, I prefer to target at least 1 million users, and I do have an asterisk here. And the asterisk basically means unless you're using custom audiences, then that target can be a lot smaller because you're using custom audiences. I know you guys, a lot of you might not know what that means right now. For those of you that do, custom audiences you can go down to as low as 1,000. But I prefer to at least 1 million users because that gives Facebook more room to maneuver in placing my ad. A lot of times when I start out my ads, I start with optimized CPM, and I like to give Facebook a lot more room to maneuver around. But in reality, your target audience should just be as large as it is. I know I'm kind of contradicting myself saying that, but while targeting, you want to target as tightly as possible. Your audience is going to be as large as it is. So in other words, don't make decisions based on the audience number that Facebook gives you. You want to make your decisions based on real-world data. Data that you get from the media kits, data that you get from AdSprouts, data that you get from Quantcast, from your research on Google. You just want to go have a logical approach about it. But as a rule of thumb, at least 1 million users is a good place to start. Number 2 is you're going to have an attention-grabbing image. Now, sure, the subject line is important, and sure, the body of the ad is important, but the image is the first thing that your prospective fan is going to see. It's what's going to grab their attention, and it's the image that's essentially going to draw them to your ad. You're not the only ad in the sidebar. You're not the only ad in the newsfeed. You got to stand out, and there's a couple of things I can teach you that will assist you in standing out, so that that person can actually read the headline. They can actually read the text. They can actually click and go to your fan page. But an attention-grabbing image is number 2 on my list. And here are some things that I can tell you. Number 1, you want to avoid using logos at all costs. Logos are extremely impersonal. They do not create any kind of connection. And it's not really about the brand. It's more about the topic of interest. It's more about creating that relevancy. It's about creating relatability, as one of my coaches says. It's about creating relatability with your audience. They want to be able to relate. They want to be able to go to your fan page and have that connection with you. And they don't necessarily have to have it with you personally, but they have to have it with the page. And just having a logo, it just doesn't work. Number 2, portraits over landscapes. If you can use a photo with a face in it, do it. This is just an example here. Let's say that I have an I Love Biking page. It's all about biking. It's all about that sport or that hobby, whichever one you choose to, whatever micro niche you choose to go after, or both. Now, a biker looking at the camera on the left is better than the landscape shot of a bunch of bikers. Now, at first glance, it looks like the picture on the right is actually better, but the reality is the picture on the left will get a much higher click-through rate just because there's a person making connection with me, looking right through me. And I other than testing this, I can't really explain to you why that is. It's psychology. The picture on the left is going to have a much higher conversion rate, much higher click-through rate. And then number 3 is color borders help. A lot of people ask me, should I put a red border around my stuff? Should I put a blue border around my stuff? Well, first of all, avoid using blue. Facebook colors are blue and white, and you want to avoid using Facebook colors if you want to stand out. A little tip I'm going to give for everyone that's on this webinar right now is if you're targeting women, avoid using red. I've actually tested this on a lot of pages, and women tend to not like the color red. If you want to stay in that same group, choose pink or purple or magenta or something to that effect, but avoid using red for women. A couple of resources I'm going to give you because I know this text is tiny and I'm not really sure who could possibly read it other than me. I prefer using Keynote or PowerPoint to create my images. I have a couple of softwares I'm going to recommend in the mastermind. But for a quick web-based photo editor, there's a couple of free tools that we can recommend. The first one on here is ribbet.com, ribbet.com, and the second one is pixlr.com. Now, they're both completely self-explanatory, and they provide you with cropping, resizing, filters, frames, borders, a whole lot more features, and they're free. So the key word is they're free. You can also use something like Jing if you like to have a desktop solution. Jing is very easy to use to create some borders and things like that, but wanted to give you a couple resources that you can choose from. Number 3 is going to be a logical headline. So we went over a well-targeted audience. We went over attention-grabbing image. Number 3 is going to be a logical headline. Now, 3 and 4 are going to seem ridiculously simple, but I'm going to promise you that if you stick to the plan, you stick to what I'm going to teach you, and you stick to the simplicity of it, you're going to have far better results than the person that decides, you know what, I'm going to go outside the box. I'm going to do it different. My way is going to work better. Just trust me. Use this method. A logical headline. The headline of your ad should serve as a qualifier. It basically helps to establish relevance and interest to your prospective fan. What does that mean? We're basically going to ask a question. This is what this looks like. Let's say we're going to choose a topic like biking. It's going to be like biking, question mark. Love biking, question mark. Do you like biking? Basically asking a logical question to your prospective fan. Can't get enough biking? You know, crazy about biking? Whatever it is, just use this exact approach. If you want to take just a couple seconds to write this down, you know, fairly straightforward, fairly simple. This is the formula that you want to use. And again, I know it sounds simple, but it works. Follow this formula and you will not be steered wrong. Now, number 4 is going to be an appropriate call to action. And this is where you're going to absolutely seal the deal with your call to action. This is going to occur in a text section of your ad. And again, it's gonna look very, very simple and, you know, kind of funny that this works, but it does. Let me show you a couple of examples of that. Here's 2 different ads, and you'll see my logical headline: Love Pink Floyd, question mark, then like us. Love English Bulldogs, question mark, then like us. I mean, it doesn't really get much simpler than that, but I'm going to tell you, this absolutely works. I mean, you could also do something like love Pink Floyd, click like if you love Pink Floyd. I'm basically providing a logical answer to a logical question. So number 4 is an appropriate call to action. Now, I want to ask you guys, and you know, just, you know, you're sitting there, you're watching this, and hopefully I've captured some of your guys' attention. I've showed you some of the different monetization strategies, some of the different ways that are absolutely working for me. They're absolutely working for Chris and a lot of our students. I want to ask you, how many of you that are on this webinar right now would like to have your hand literally held and walk through a campaign from A to Z, from beginning to end? So from setting up the fan page to, you know, going through those 4 steps amongst other steps to the point where you're creating, you know, 4 and 5 and even 6-figure months on Facebook, you know, or whatever your goals that you have are. How many of you would like to have your hand held? And I'm hoping that everyone that's sitting there right now and watching this with us, that you're raising your hand. I mean, that's what I wanted. That's when I met Mr. X in Costa Rica, I was raising my hand. I was like, dude, please just teach me. I know you're doing really well with it. I want to know what you're doing. That's what I was saying. And you know, now you really have the chance to be a part of that. Now, what I want to present to you is something that we call the Penny Click Profits Private Mastermind. What this is this is a 5-week live mastermind bootcamp, and you guys, you know, you've heard, you spent a little bit of time with me here. I've kind of shown you my background. I've shown you what I've done, and you know, the whole intention of this is to create an environment where you guys can really start, you know, having someone that's gonna not only keep you accountable and show you the ropes, but literally hold your hand and walk you through this entire process. And I personally can't think of anyone better to really break this down for you than one of the best students, one of my best you know, proteges, we can call him that, in the Facebook fan page method, Chris Record. You know, Chris is someone that absolutely exemplifies someone that takes massive action. You know, we have our company, and our company is called Take Massive Action, and we're both massive action takers. And for those of you that know Chris, you know how he operates. And what's really cool is, you know, just from Facebook, just in 1 month alone, I watched Chris put over $50,000 on the board in a single month, just from one affiliate opportunity using Facebook. So Chris is absolutely an action taker. He's not only one of the best students I've ever had, he's one of my best friends, one of my best business partners and associates. Chris, I don't know if you're still out there, but I'd love to bring you out and kind of share with everyone that's online with us right now all about Penny Click Profits, private mastermind that we're doing, everything we're going to be doing over the next 5 to 6 weeks here, and how they can participate more with us and literally be taken by the hand with us and walk through this entire process. Chris, are you still there with us?
Yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear me, Arthur?
Yeah, I can hear you perfect, man.
Okay. In the background, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get my screen share going. Tell me if you can see it. Just give me a heads up if you can see it, okay? Let's see if I can put it up there. And make it a little bit bigger. Can you see me all right?
I can't see you. No, there we go. I can see yours.
All right, can you see it? No, you can't?
No, we can't see your screen, Chris.
All right, let me just stop screen sharing then for just a second. Yeah, let me just jump in. First of all, let me just say thank you. Thank you so much, Arthur, for basically just being the man. Yeah, I'm getting text messages right now as we're talking, as you're sitting here going through this. I'm getting text messages going, hey, man, Arthur's a phenomenal trainer. This guy is just absolutely a phenomenal presenter. So I just wanted to give you that kind of feedback because, you know, you are. Yeah, I don't know if people tell you that a lot, but you're a fantastic presenter. It's like the way that you present things is it's very easy to understand. You know, you put things into you put things in motion in a way that I get it. You know, it makes a lot of sense to me. And you know, I appreciate all the nice words that you said about me there too. I mean, obviously we're partnered up for a reason, and I'm really excited about what we're doing here. So let me try once more real quick now that I fixed that. Let me see if I can go ahead and do my screen share, because if I can, then I can actually let's see. All right, Arthur, tell me if you can see my screen. Just tell me when you can see it, and we're all good.
No,
if not, I'll just walk through it. I want to talk to everybody about this. I want to talk to everybody about what me and Arthur did and why we did it. I want to talk to them about, you know, what we've kind of put together here. I'm just gonna go ahead and take it off screen sharing so people can see me. I just want to talk real quick about here's the problem. I'm a teacher. I love teaching. I love educating people on stuff. So when I learned this model from Arthur, here was my number one biggest issue. My number one biggest issue was that if it weren't for Arthur physically walking me through my personal situation, I just wasn't learning it. You know, and I've watched him. We did group trainings and stuff like that, but it wasn't until Arthur actually, I hate to call it hand-holding, because I'm not saying Arthur actually came over and held my hand, but it wasn't until I actually got with Arthur and started telling him specifically, here's the campaigns I'm running, here's the ads I'm running, here's everything I'm doing. At that moment, it was exactly then that Arthur actually could tell me what I needed to do to change, what I needed to do to get results. Okay. Arthur was telling me, he said, Chris, the reason I'm doing this is because he said he wouldn't be where he was if it wasn't for somebody else doing that process with him. You know, when he was down in Costa Rica, he stumbled across his strategy. Somebody else showed him step by step exactly what they were doing. So because of that, that basically he's just paying it forward. So we got together and we actually did a training out in Las Vegas, and we taught this strategy to everybody. And then we said, all right, go knock them dead. Okay. And what happened was very few people actually went and did something with it. Very few people actually took action. A lot of people took scattered action. They went out there and they built little fan pages with 200 or 300 fans, and then they weren't able to do anything with that. Or a lot of people could not, the majority of people could not crack penny likes. No matter how much they're trying, they just couldn't figure out, like, how on earth are you guys doing it? So Arthur and I got together and we said, look, if we're going to actually train people, if we're really going to train people and actually help people succeed, we've got to do some sort of an intensive, you know, boot camp so we can train you the information, but we can't just leave you out there on your own. We've got to come together and actually hold your hand, walk you through the process. And I'm not trying to say you're a baby. Look, in no ways is anybody here a baby. What I'm trying to say is I had to humble myself to realize that I needed coaching. Arthur had to humble himself to realize he needed coaching. And I think there's a certain point, if you're listening right now, you get excited about these topics, and it is really exciting. But listen, the reality is it's just going to turn into just another thing. It's literally going to turn into something, just some new thing for you if you don't do something with it right now, if you don't actually take action on it. And so what we do is we put together this boot camp. I'm going to give it one more try, and if I can't pull up my slides, what I'll do is I'll just talk you through it. And
Chris,
now, whatever
your webcam, I don't know if you're.
I'll try to do it through my webcam right now. And whatever you guys do not jump off the webinar, because I'm about to give you access. I'm about to basically open up a page right in front of your eyes. It's going to be very cool how we're going to do this. You do not want to miss that. Just that alone is worth it, and you're actually going to see something phenomenal. You're going to get a chance to see Arthur Tubman's story and some screenshots, some proof. You get to see my story. It's just going to be, it's literally going to be fantastic. So let me just see once more if I could do this. Let me, Arthur, why don't you jump in here for just a second, and let me just simply restart PowerPoint in the background, and that'll solve it. So real quick, Arthur, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Why was it when you were in Costa Rica and you stumbled across this program, why was it that you couldn't just figure it out on your own? Like, why was it that I couldn't figure it out on my own? Why was it that you actually needed to have specific help? Because I think a lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah, I mean, the answer to that question is, it's fairly simple, man. Like, I could have figured it out on my own. The reality is I didn't want to beat my head against the wall for the next several years trying to figure it out on my own. And I'm a big believer in mentorship. I'm a big believer in, following people that have done it. And I don't care about somebody's status quo, level of career, like where they're at. It doesn't really matter. If they know more than me, then they're more of an expert in it than I am, and I'm gonna be their student. I'm gonna take their advice. I'll do whatever it takes. I'll serve them so that they can serve me and teach me something that I didn't know. So the answer to that question is, I didn't really have to go and get somebody to teach me. I could have tried to figure it out on my own, but I shortened my learning curve by being open and getting humble. Because somebody that knew way more than I did could teach me and show me the ropes and significantly reduce my learning curve. Why not go for it? Why not take that opportunity and take it head on? So that's pretty much it, Chris.
Yeah. So, and the reason I want to do that, also I'm pulling up the PowerPoint here, so I want to hang on real quick. I just want to find out if this is showing up all right for you. But the reason I'm asking you that is because I don't know what it is about me and my ego, I guess it is, that thinks that I don't need coaching. I don't know what it is. I don't know if anybody can relate to that, but sometimes I just feel like I could just go figure it out on my own. And the reality is that that's a lot of times that's what causes the problem. What causes the problem is when people, and my problem, in fact, is when people go out there and think, oh, I'll just go figure this out on my own, and then they end up spending a lot of time, energy, and money, and actually wasting a lot of money not knowing how to do it. And that's where me and Arthur really got together and brainstormed and said, we've got to figure out a good solution here where people don't have to go at it alone, where people can actually, really work together, where people can actually go out there and really have success together. So, Arthur, let's give this one more chance here. I'm going to hit the screen share real quick, and let's
Chris,
see one more chance.
We can't see your webcam, so you might want to just restart.
Here we go. Can't see my webcam at all. You guys just hearing me this whole time?
Yeah. We can't see your webcam. So if we can't see your webcam, we won't be able to see your screen share.
All right. Yeah, that's a good call. You guys are getting smart now. All right. Can you see me now?
No, you might just want to exit the
all right, I'll jump back on.
We'll just.
All right, I'll jump back on. Hey, teach him a little. You know what? Do this. Teach him a little ninja strategy. Right now, a little bonus, just because it's live and people are here. Why don't you give them a little bonus strategy real quick, and I'll come right back on.
Bonus strategy. All right. Well, guys, Coach just kind of threw me on the spot here, but basically. Basically, I just want to get kind of real with you guys. I've been doing this for, let's see, I've been doing this for literally 5 or 6 months full time, just really diving in and just really, just really taking this strategy seriously. And I want to say my first 3 months, it was just kind of I learned the strategy. I was piecing it together. I was figuring it out, and just trying to make it work. And the last 3 months, it's been all about creating the perfect combination of short term, mid-term, and long term. And the whole reason why I put this presentation together the way I did is because I could have taught you a lot more, I guess, content tonight, but I felt like showing you the different showing you the different strategies from a monetization perspective and also from short-term, mid-term, long-term, seeing that kind of transition, and then understanding the whole purpose of the strategy, where it's not just about creating a fan page for The Walking Dead with 100,000 fans, but seeing the bridge, seeing like the bridge of how you can make it work in like a home-based business. Like how would you bridge The Walking Dead with home-based business? Well, easy, easy for me, right? Because I've been in it, but basically showing people that they can watch the show The Walking Dead and just watch it, just like I watch it, or they can watch the show and they can quote unquote, and Chris actually thought of this, and it's brilliant, is cash in on your passion. They could actually take something that they would do as a hobby and actually cash in on it. They could actually become profitable with it. So, like you guys tonight, you could be watching your show, or you could be watching your show and taking notes on the show. And I know it sounds pretty silly, but imagine taking some notes and writing a little outline, and then creating a post that you can share with your fans, and sharing it with 100,000 fans, and selling some Amazon product, or selling some product, or selling some little ebook or some little guide, or something somebody else created, and making a commission, making a little affiliate commission, and actually cashing in on something that you would have just wasted time watching. And I'm not, hey, if you love the show and you're not really wasting time, that's cool. But look, you can either spend time watching it, or you can spend time watching it plus making some additional cash in the process. So, Chris, that's my little nugget of gold for right now. I'm gonna pass the screen to you. I can see your screen now. I can't hear you though.
Yeah, I'm here.
Chime in.
I'm here.
All right, cool. Yeah, I see your screen perfectly now. So I'm gonna mute myself out. You kind of threw me on the spot there, but I think
no,
that's
I
a
loved
good topic
it.
to have covered there a little bit.
Yeah, let me just chime in on that. First of all, look, I appreciate everybody for hanging on the webinar. We had tech problems when we first started, and it seems like we had them all the way through. But you know what? We love it. This is what we thrive on. Is that we live in if you're the type of person that's ever gonna be in this position, if you ever get worried about tech problems, that's just gonna throw you off. We know that as long as we're out there serving people, as long as we're helping people, as long as we're doing a good thing out there, and you're getting results, that's what really matters. But just real quick, Arthur, before I jump into this, what we're going to be doing for the next 5 weeks, I just want to say that whole cash in on your passion strategy, I want to do like an entire module on that. Maybe as just another workshop or something, because the cash in on your passion strategy is so phenomenal that you can build a fan base about almost anything and teach them how they can cash in on their passion. You could take, San Francisco 49ers fans, and you could set them up with an entire system where they can, blog about every San Francisco 49ers game, or Chicago Bears and every Chicago Bears game, or, fans of a TV show, like fans of The Walking Dead, and every Walking Dead episode, they could literally write a blog article about it or make a video about it, and they could start to monetize that. Right? That's what the possibility is. So that whole cash in on your passion thing, I think, is phenomenal, and that's something I'd really like to touch up on. So listen, everybody, this is the most exciting thing that we can announce to you at all, and that is that Arthur and I are going to be doing a 5-week mastermind boot camp. For the next 5 weeks, every single Wednesday night, we're going to train you on a different strategy, and I'm about to break down what we're going to do every single week. And if you want to take a pen and paper and write this, you can. But in just a minute, I'm actually going to show you a page where we have all of this. All of this is going to be up on a page so you can see it. So you don't have to take notes while I'm going through this. But the goal of this boot camp is really to be able to walk you through the process step by step, to be able to help you build large fan bases, to be able to walk you through ideas on better ads, to be able to have a community that you can brainstorm ideas with and you can get feedback from, where we can share case studies with each other, where we can do things like weekly assignments, and every single week you can actually be held accountable for your success. We believe that if we can help more people the way that Arthur was mentored, the way that I was mentored, that is what is going to make the big difference. So let's walk through the next 5 weeks. Let me show you what we're going to be doing every single week, okay? First things first, module number 1, the first part is going to be called the plan. Okay, we're going to teach you how to be able to form a niche in your market, and actually you can choose anything. If you have a business, like Arthur was saying, like the health and wellness business, that's great. Maybe you could do a niche related to that. If you're in an internet marketing business, maybe something related to that. If you're in real estate, something related to that. Or create something out of nowhere. Create something that's absolutely completely unique. Okay. The next one would be to buy a domain. Now that sounds simple. That's more than just going and to GoDaddy and getting a domain. We're going to teach you how to actually build a brand around that niche. We're going to teach you how to get some graphics design, even if you have no design skills whatsoever. Okay, we're going to teach you how to set up a website for all of that, and then how to set up a business Pinterest account for it. Now look at the first 5 right there. Before we even have got to number 6, which is actually building your fan page, you already have a foundation in place. You've already figured everything out. You have a plan in place. So what we don't want you to do right now, one of the worst, I want to pause here and make sure you understand this. One of the biggest mistakes that people make is they go out there and they just go start their fan page. They literally just go, they get excited after a webinar like this and they just go build a fan page. That's one of the biggest mistakes you can make. Most of the things that have gone wrong when we've been dealing with people is they went out there and just started their fan page. No, no, no. We're going to actually give you a plan. You're going to actually have a strategy right from the beginning so we can ensure your success. Number 7, we're going to teach you how to schedule your posts so that they can be pretty automated on your page. Number 8, we're going to teach you how to launch your ad campaigns. Now we're going to start with $5 a day campaigns, so you're not really going to have to worry about any kind of big budget. You can start on just $5 a day, and then if you have $10 a day to invest, you can do twice as many ads. You see how that works? If you have $20 a day to invest, you could have 4 ad campaigns running, but we're going to start all these at $5 a day because if something's not working, you want to be able to stop it. Then we're going to focus on fan engagement. We're going to help you come up with a plan to be able to get all of your fans totally engaged on your page, come up with a strategy, be able to walk you through it. And then the last one is viral automation, how to be able to have your fan page build itself. Because while it's cool to pay for fans, it's also even cooler when the fan page builds itself and when it's fully automated so that you don't have to work it like a job. Now, all of that alone is just week 1 of 5 weeks. Okay? This is by far the most in-depth that we've ever done of any kind of training. We're going to dive in here. So that's part 1. That's the plan. That is the foundation. Let's jump on over to part 2. And module number 2, this is called the payoff. This is where you're going to monetize. So now that you have your page up and running, we're going to teach you these 10 things. Number 1, we're going to focus on opt-in leads because we know that there's money in the list. So we're going to teach you how to build a big opt-in email list from your fan page. We're going to teach you strategies for that. Number 2, custom T-shirts. We're going to start with T-shirts. Now, even though you're only making about $10 profit per shirt, you know, if you get a fan page going, you can sell 20, 30, 40 shirts. Shirts, but this is a nice boosted income to be able to give you some advertising dollars. And then plus, you know, if you sold a couple shirts a month like that, you know, making a couple $100 each time, that's actually could turn into some good money. And then of course you can scale it up and your page gets a lot of fans. We're going to walk you through products, digital products. We're going to walk you through affiliate offers. We're going to teach you where to go to find the best affiliate offers that are going to convert for your fan page, and it's going to be tailored to a ton of different niches, okay? CPA offers. Now, these are harder to actually get access to, but when you do, these are phenomenal. The CPA offers are going to pay out a big amount of money. Let's talk about the rest. Let's talk about number 7, sponsored promos. This is so cool. We're going to teach you a strategy on where you build a fan base, and we're going to teach you how to be able to market to people that want to pay you to post on your page. Literally want to pay you. Let me give you an example. Like, let's say you had a real estate themed fan page. Well, real estate agents might want to pay you to list their house there, right? Let's say you had a page that happened to be about like really nice houses or luxury items or, you know, amazing mansions or amazing places to live in the world or whatever. Well, realtors that sell mansions have a decent budget to be able to put in advertising. I mean, there's markets out there for this kind of stuff. If people are selling something, they'd like to promote it. So they'll pay you. We've seen people pay as much as $1,000 per post in your pocket just for having the page. We're going to talk about fan page swaps. This is where you actually go to somebody like Arthur, who has a big fan page, and you go and you show him your fan page, and you do a swap where you promote his fan page, he promotes yours, and you figure out a way to do that. It's pretty cool. Number 9, cross-page promotion. This is where you build a page and a lot of other sub-pages all around it, and then you basically, you know, really cross-promote it a lot. An example of that would be, you know, let's say you had a page about a TV show or something that you were a fan of. Well, you could actually build individual pages for each of the fan clubs for each of the main characters or each of the main stars or related shows. Okay, examples like that. We're going to teach you that strategy. And then number 10, how about this one? Selling a page. You know, Arthur and I are in a crazy situation where, because we train this, we've actually had people come up and want to purchase our fan pages outright. We put our fan pages into a business, into an entity, and now they're assets for us. They're basically like properties. for us. And we've got offered a lot of money, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for these fan pages. So we're going to teach you, for those of you that want an exit strategy, how to build up a big page, get it profitable, and even sell it. Okay, that's going to be just module 2. So before I even go on, all of that is covered just in the first 2 weeks. Just in the first 2 weeks, okay? Let's go to module number 3. This one's called Outsource Magic, Getting More Done. We're going to walk you through outsourcing, okay? We're going to go through all the best outsourcing websites, give you a whole list of those. We're going to show you how to actually post the job offers on these sites. We're going to walk through salary versus project payment, because a lot of people waste a ton of money with outsourcers. And I'll tell you right now that when you do this correctly, when I show you how to price these things correctly, you're going to be able to start getting stuff done so cheap and so simple. We're going to teach you how to search for good talent. So instead of waiting for them to come to you, how to go out there and seek them on these sites with just a few cool filtered searches. We're also going to talk about how to filter your applicants. So when you post a job, you're going to get like 50 or 100 applications. I have a nice, cool strategy to be able to walk you through a whole filtering process to make that simple. You take the winners and you interview them on Skype. So we're going to walk you through that. I have an entire Skype system, and I'm going to basically release my whole system to you. Because listen, before this, I was working a job 80 hours a week managing the technology for a publicly traded company, and I had to get a whole entire system on Skype. I'm going to walk you through a simplified version of that where you're going to love it. You're going to feel like finally this is so simple that you can actually do it. Number 7 is hiring and firing. We're going to tell you when to hire somebody and when to fire them, and show you like the proper way to do that. Number 8, building a backup team. So let's say you want to have a graphic done and your person's not responding back to you. We're going to show you how you're going to have 5 or 10 backups, and there's going to be a bidding war over wanting to do those graphics for you. It's very, very cool. And number 9, advanced tracking tools. That's self-explanatory. Number 10, handling real issues. And when I say real, I mean real. Like, think about this one. We're launching a whole bunch of digital stuff online right now, me and Arthur, and most of our stuff that we were outsourcing was in the Philippines. Right, so there's a real issue. There's a huge typhoon in the Philippines, just totally devastating. It's crazy, and I feel worse for them than I feel for us. Don't get me wrong, but it also, these kind of issues happen, and it can knock your business off track. We're going to show you how to have a backup to handle those issues. That's just week 3. And by the way, outsourcing, what we're going to teach you, you can use for everything you do in business. You're going to be able to start, like, see these graphics and stuff like this? You can get graphics like this done for just a couple bucks, okay? You can get all this stuff done so cheap and so professional. It's going to be awesome. We're going to show you. Module number 4, okay? We're going to talk about Pinterest, pinning for leads. We're going to talk about how to leverage Pinterest. Pinterest is a vital part of a fan page campaign, and people that are not capitalizing that are missing out big time. We're going to teach you how to choose your niche on Pinterest, how to structure your offers that you're going to offer to your Pinterest people, how to create lead pages for that. Then we're going to talk about brainstorming your boards. Okay, we're going to talk before you just go start throwing pictures on Pinterest, you're going to have an actual plan. Number 5, we're going to teach you how to organize your pictures in a way that makes the most sense. Now, keep this in mind. And number 6 is actually setting up Pinterest for business. Okay, before I even go on, look at how what we do is we come up with a plan before you actually begin with that, because what happens is people just go set it up and then they just throw a few pictures on there and then they say it doesn't work. No, we come in with a full-blown like guerrilla marketing plan here. Okay, we're setting up Pinterest accounts and having outsourcers put hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pictures inside of different boards and having every single one of them go to a lead capture page and having every single one of them cross-promote, and it's like an automated system. It's done by outsourcers, and we're going to teach you that system, and you're going to love this. It's going to be basically finally what's been missing in your business. We're going to tell you how to verify lead pages. So let me just give you a quick little teaser what this is. When you set up your business for Pinterest account, every single one of your pictures, when people click on them, it's going to go to an opt-in page that is targeted for those people. It's an offer that's targeted. Pinterest is one of the best ways to generate leads, and it ties into your fan page, which is why we're teaching it. We're going to teach you how to SEO optimize your pins so that they show up in the top of search, how to schedule them so you don't have to go there and post every single day, and then we're going to teach you how to promote it and tie it in with your fan page and everything else. Okay, this is just module number 4. And again, let's say that you're in any other industry. Let's say you're in affiliate marketing or network marketing or real estate investing or whatever it is, anything, a home-based business owner. This strategy right here can be an endless source of leads for you when you do it right. All right, number 5. This is the one that I'm the most excited about, and we weren't even going to do this, and then we just said, what the heck, we're just going to do this. It's going to be crazy. And that is, we're going to teach you what's called the mini product launch method, how the pros do it. We're actually going to walk you through step by step how to actually launch your own digital product. I mean, it's crazy. People pay thousands of dollars for me to coach them on this, right? But Arthur recently launched a product on JVZoo and did incredibly well with it, right? Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of units sold. You can do the same thing. You can do the same thing. So we're going to walk you through setting up a business plan, how to price your products. We're going to teach you how to structure your affiliate commissions. We're going to make sure you get the whole thing outsourced, because the last thing you want to do is fiddle around with any design. But you're looking at this like CD package, stuff like this, get all that done for you. We're going to walk you through how to create your own product modules. I have a really simple strategy for creating product modules that's very easy. We're going to teach you. Then we're going to talk about how to create a sales page, how to get banner ads for you and for the affiliates. We're going to teach you about which affiliate network that you should position yourself on. We're going to walk through a few of them. I think we're going to walk in depth through JVZoo, maybe ClickBank, and some of the popular ones. And then we're going to talk about how to recruit JV affiliates. So the best thing about launching your own product is that you can actually go out there and find affiliates in your niche, and we're going to teach you how to find them. There's people that have popular blogs in your niche, how to find them, how to introduce your JV page to them, and how to help them have them sell. And when they sell, it's a win-win situation, and it's no advertising money up front, so it's phenomenal. And then once you do have customers, we're going to walk you through some ideas to create value and ways to continue to upsell the list that you generate. Now listen, this is just a bonus on top of everything we're doing. This is week 5, and the reason that we did this is because we're gonna be launching a couple of products on JVZoo, and we figured, hey, let's just let you look over our shoulder and watch the entire process step by step. Let's have you just literally learn from us as we do it. Okay, so that's why we put that together. So let's also talk about some bonuses that we put together for you. For those of you that are actually on the webinar, that's why you're going to be so happy that you left. For those of you right now that want to be part of what we're doing, here's going to be some bonuses if you join our private mastermind. Okay, I'll go over these quickly and I'll show you some pictures of them. But one of the big ones I want to focus on is the 4th one there, the funding method. How to raise $500 to $5,000 for your home-based business. My friend Peter Sorensen is an expert at helping people get money, and as a bonus, you're going to get this training to be able to learn how to get some money for your business. And if you're in a business where your customers need help getting money to buy your products, you can teach them these strategies too. Or if you're in a recruiting business and you're building a team and you want people to go all in or buy all your products, you can teach them that strategy too. So very, very cool. 5 bonuses right there. But I'll get into some of them right here instead in bigger pictures. This big one here is access to the Facebook fan page method. Now, Arthur's last product was actually taken off the shelves, okay? But you're as part of being a mastermind member here, you're actually going to get access to his entire past course. This isn't even really available anywhere else, and this is a little bit, what we're doing is a new and improved version of this. So there's parts that are outdated, but there's also parts that are just phenomenal. And there's a lot of tutorial videos. There's a lot of things there. You're going to get access to an entire course just as an absolute bonus for being part of our private mastermind. Now, this is probably my favorite bonus, which is access to our private Facebook group. Okay, all the training in the world is great, but the best thing is the personal attention. The best thing is when you could actually take screenshots of your exact situation and you can post them in our group, and either myself or Arthur or one of our expert members can actually walk you through it and can help give you feedback to help you get instant results. So for example, let's say that you put out a couple campaigns at $5 a piece. Okay, and one of your campaigns is getting, let's say, 5-cent likes, and you're curious, should you keep it going or should you end it? Well, that's the kind of that's the time that you post your screenshots, and people can give you feedback on your ads. They can give you feedback on your text. They can give you feedback on your thumbnail. They can give you feedback on your page. They can give you feedback on your engagement for the posts that you're making. And we can basically keep you up to date with all of Facebook's changes, all of everything. This is a closed group, a private mastermind, private Facebook group. And I'll tell you right now, I'm a part of a few big groups on Facebook, and the groups have always been the most tremendous value ever. Okay, so that's also a bonus you're going to get access to. And then here's some ebooks. You're going to get access to the monetization guide. You're going to get access to the list of hot niches. Arthur's put together 10 hot niches that go viral on Facebook pretty quick. And by the way, I'd recommend that. On a quick side note, at least one of the pages that you start in our mastermind should be just a super hot topic, something that you can almost, guarantee yourself you're going to get penny likes with, because you want to have that experience. You want to have the experience of understanding it and getting it. So definitely work off one of those niches there in that book. And then, of course, the spreadsheet if you want it, if you're an analytical person, to help track everything. This right here is something we were not going to do, and at the last minute I decided to do, which is a 3-hour bonus webcast on top of the 5 sessions. So we're going to do the 5 sessions, and we're going to teach you the process, but then we're going to do a bonus 3-hour webcast where I'm going to walk you through what we're physically going to do to launch one of our JVZoo products. So you're actually going to, on the module number 5, you're going to learn the mini launch process, but on this 3-hour bonus webcast, you're actually going to see it in action. You're actually literally going to watch us, like legitimately watch us launch a product right in front of your own eyes, so you're going to be able to see how that happens and what that looks like, okay? So this right now is going to become available to you. In just a second here, I'm going to unlock this page. There's going to be an add to cart button, and you're going to be able to join this program. Now, I'm going to sweeten the pot, and I'm going to make a huge incentive right now for everybody on the webinar. So for those of you that stayed on, I'm a big believer in taking massive action. So for those of you that take massive action, I have 2 things. One is going to be an undisclosed bonus. You're not going to be able to see it until you buy, and I'm telling you right now, you'll see why when you get it. But I love to basically under-promise and over-deliver. So you're gonna, as soon as you join, you're gonna get an undisclosed bonus. I'm gonna keep it undisclosed. It's gonna be on the on your confirmation email, and it might be on the confirmation page as well. And you're gonna absolutely love it. You're going to absolutely love it, because we're going to show you a very, very fast way to be able to put a big chunk of money in your pocket, like pretty much, as fast as you want it to be. You're going to, honestly, I'm just teasing you with it right now, but when you see it, you're going to love it, because, gosh, I hate to say it, but we live in an instant gratification nation, right? We live in an instant gratification world, and if I can show you a way to be able to put $500 or $1,000 or $2,000 in your pocket literally this month, if I could show you a way to do that, or even in the next week, I think you're gonna be pretty happy with that. So there's a nice little bonus waiting for you, where you're gonna be, as soon as you're a member, it's the very first thing you'll see, where you're gonna have an opportunity. It's gonna be a fast action bonus. We're gonna take that opportunity away in 7 days. So the bonus you're gonna have 7 days to be able to take advantage of that. It's gonna be very, very, very cool. Okay, so here we go. We were going to charge $997 for this initially. Today we're going to do it for just $497. It's going to go up to $997. I don't know. I mean, whatever Arthur decides to do. I mean, we were going to do it a couple days. The latest that we could possibly even make this last would just be a handful of days, because our mastermind starts on Wednesday, and we want to make sure that there's time for some people to join it at $997. So our main mastermind is going to be $997. When you log back into the homepage in probably tomorrow or the next day, you're going to start, in a couple days, you're going to see $997 as the price point. This price point now for $497 is something that we're going to do just very, very, very temporary to get a bunch of people in to fuel the Facebook group, and then we're going to move it to $997, and then we're going to move it to $1997. It'll be a $2,000 product. The reason we're doing this is because the most comparable mastermind of anything that we've seen like this is the guy's charging $12,000 for. Okay, and he did a special offer to be able to let people in for $1,000, then moved it to $2,000, and I'm telling you right now, the thing sold out so fast because people really, really, really believe that they understand, they get the vision that Facebook's where it's at, and especially with fan pages, and $12,000 for comparable stuff. And so there's no doubt, if I were to show you my emails, if I were to log in right now and show you, there's literally people that are offering us $1,000 or $2,000 just to coach them on these strategies. So it's going to be your chance today for $497, and I'm going to do something very, very cool for you right at this second. So what I want you to do is I want you to the page that you're watching right now, I want you to take a look at it, okay? I want you to take a look at the page that you're watching. I want you to scroll down. You'll see a share on Facebook and a share on Twitter button, okay? I want you to take a look at those buttons real quick, because underneath it, I'm going to basically click a button right now, and we're going to open up this page, and we're going to show you something that really nobody's even had a chance to see. So just in a second here, it's gonna activate. It's gonna basically turn on, and let's see if I can make it happen live while we're here on the air. And by the way, you gotta love that we're doing this live. It'll be pretty cool. All right, so check it. See if you can actually start scrolling down. If not, I will go ahead and click this again. Let's see. And let's see if that works. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually open up the page underneath the share on Facebook, share on Twitter, and you're going to be able to actually see the actual story. You're going to be actually see. And by the way, Arthur or the programmer, if you guys are on, I can't actually see if it's opening or not. So if the programmer's on listening, or if Arthur's on, if you can go ahead and open that up, because I don't have the ability to see if it's open, and I want to make sure people can see. The first thing you want to do is you want to see the story of me and Arthur, of what we were able to do. We post screenshots, we post income, we post a lot of really, really cool stuff on there. So that's the very first thing that you want to be able to see. And the second thing that you want to be able to do is go through and actually
Hey, Chris.
Yeah, jump on in.
You're good, man. You're good to go.
Oh, it opened up?
Yep.
Nice. Yeah. For some reason I can't see it when I'm actually on the thing because my screen won't refresh. So scroll on down, read the page. I'll talk to you guys for a second while the rest of you are doing that. Scroll down, read the page, check it out. It's very, very cool. Even that little strategy right there is something that I'm going to show you as part of a sales page process. We're going to show you how to be able to create various different types of sales pages, different types of webinars, stuff like that. We'll show you. Look, we didn't start even promoting this webinar until yesterday. Right? November 12th. And just in the last 24 hours, not even 24 hours, something like 15 hours, there was like 2,500 people registered for this, right? So we're going to show you what it takes to do that. And you know what's going to be fun? We're going to show you how to avoid these tech glitches. You got to have tech glitches to understand how to avoid them. So we're going to show you that too. So I'm extremely, extremely excited. While you're kind of browsing through the page, I guess I'll share one more thing, and that's this. It's my vision for 2014. I want to share my vision, and I want to see if you're excited about your vision. What my vision is right now is Arthur and I have put together a campaign with another business partner of about 10 amazing fan page topics. We're going to build these fan pages up to over 50,000 fans each, hopefully even 100,000 fans each. And these are in a variety of niches that most of you will think you couldn't even monetize. You couldn't even monetize. And we're gonna literally walk in this mastermind group. You're gonna see as we do this. You're gonna actually see us monetize them in front of your very own eyes. You're gonna watch us create pages from scratch, and you're gonna watch us sell T-shirts to those pages and be able to sell 1,000 T-shirts, 500 T-shirts, stuff like that, where you're making $10 a profit each one. You're going to watch us do things like sell affiliate offers. Like one of the affiliate offers I've promoted and done very well with is a blogging platform. Watch be able to sell in a single post, be able to sell 50 or 100 blogging platforms where I'm making residual money on hosting. Hosting is a phenomenal, phenomenal way to make residual income. One of my first I first really got started making big money with HostGator as one of their affiliates. I think Arthur and I, we kind of teamed up back in 2009, sold like 1,000 hosting accounts through them, and they pay $125 per account. So that was phenomenal, right? So we have some hosting affiliate offers where we can literally go and do this whole cash in on your passion thing. Okay, we're going to teach you how to get approved for CPA offers, things like how to properly get a CPA to actually approve you, because you can get people to do things like fill out surveys or fill out applications and be able to pull that off, right? There's just very, very, very cool stuff that you're going to be able to do. So with that being said, I know Arthur said that the page is working, that it's opened. I'm going to go ahead and when I log off, I'm going to verify. If for some reason somebody's not seeing it as being open, don't worry. I'm going to do, as soon as the webinar's over here, I'm going to do a hard refresh on the page, and you should be able to see everything just based on that. So this is it. Listen, if you don't jump on at $4.97, you're going to jump in at $9.97. And I'm telling you right now, the bonus that you're going to get right when you join on the other side, for those of you that are doing it right now, click to join, because immediately you're going to be taken to a page where immediately you can get access to a bonus that I did not disclose that's going to help put money in your pocket right away, and you're going to absolutely thank me for that. So we're going to do our best to provide amazing value for you here, and I'm going to leave this page up for the remainder of the night. And look, I appreciate everybody for staying on with us. I hope you've enjoyed the training. I hope you enjoy. I actually hope you really appreciate our passion to really want to help people. Instead of just selling a product, we're actually really trying to actually coach people. We're really trying to hold people's hands and give them the same opportunity that was given to us. Okay? So what I want you to do right now is take a moment, read the page, but you got to click the buy button. You got to click the buy button because you're instantly going to start getting access to the private mastermind group. Today I'm going to stay up a little bit tonight, and I'm actually going to walk you through some of the stuff that we're doing in that private mastermind group. So when this webinar is done, I'm going to see who's basically taking massive action and joining. We're going to get you approved into the Facebook group. You're going to get a link. I'll approve you, and we'll instantly just start having fun tonight. I mean, hey, who wants to have a party tonight? You know what I'm saying? Let me. What I'll do is I'll just grab a couple beers or something, go hang out on the couch, put a movie on in the background, and I'll just hang out with everybody. Arthur, me, whoever. It's a little bit later for Arthur. I don't know how late he'll stay up, but I'll actually stay up with people tonight. Let's kick it in the Facebook group. Let's actually let's kick it. Let's ask some questions. Let's get people, for those of you that want to get started tonight on stuff, let's get started brainstorming. Let's just get started with everything. I mean, this is it. We created this in response to people begging us for it. You know what I'm saying? So let's just make it happen. It's $4.97. It'll go up to $9.97. Then it'll go to $19.97. So definitely, if you don't want to buy right now, you could wait till it's $9.97 or $19.97 and join then. Okay. Some people are like that. Some people would rather pay double, and they'd rather take just a little bit of action and dip their toes in the water. Okay, that's them. If you're much more the type of person that would rather invest half the money, would rather get immediate access. The bonus that's going to be on the next page is a bonus that's going to be live for 7 days. You're going to see it. When you get access to that bonus, you have 7 days, and I'm going to show you right now a way to be able to generate 500 or 1,000 or 2,000 or as much as you want. Of course, I'm not guaranteeing or implying that you're going to be rich or anything. I'm just saying we're going to show you how, exactly how. And it's sort of like I can't really give it away. I hope you don't mind. I can't give it away, but as soon as you buy right now, you're going to actually see it. You're going to buy, it's going to take you to a confirmation page, and if you read the paragraph, don't just skip over it. Actually read it, okay? Because you're going to see how to be able to do that. So again, I'm going through the sales page right now. It's actually pretty dang awesome. This is awesome. I haven't even really had a chance to see how it all pulled together, just because I'm a father. Now listen, let me, for those of you that haven't already bought. If you feel ready to buy right now, just buy right now. Just pull out your credit card, click the link, and buy, because I'm going to hang out with you in the group, okay? And you'll be able to catch any of this on the recording. So don't worry if you think you're going to miss something that I'm going to say. No, you'll get this on the recording. You're far better off getting in right now and being one of the first movers, okay? And taking advantage of that. But I will share with you something very, very cool. It's November 13th on the East Coast here. It's about 9 p.m. Okay, it's November 13th. Now listen, it's about to be winter in the majority of majority of us, right? It's gonna be winter, especially all in the United States. It's just this is the time of year where where people start hanging out at home more. It gets cold. You don't want to go out as much. Look, this is the time that you capitalize on something that you can do from home like this. This is the time right now that you build the well before you need the water. Build the well before you need the water. What I want you to do is I want you to think about this. All during the holidays, you could be literally secretly, while nobody even knows, privately, building up these massive fan pages, 1,000 fans, 5,000 fans, 10,000 fans. Get a whole bunch of them going, right? Get 5 or 10 of them going, okay? Even on little $5 a day campaigns, you get a whole bunch of them going, because we're going to show you how to immediately start monetizing, and then you've got more money to put into ads to build them back up. So you got a way to self-fund them. It's called a self-funded proposal. We're going to show you that. So, how cool would it be to take the next couple months, build these things up just massive during the holidays while everybody else is, going out and commuting in traffic and struggling in the winter weather and all this kind of stuff? How nice would it be to curl up on your couch, okay, and get yourself a nice hot cup of cocoa or whatever you drink, maybe a mixed drink or something like that. You get yourself a nice drink and just curl up, put on a movie, put on the fireplace, and literally with a click of a mouse be building an empire from your couch. Build an empire from your couch, right? And Facebook with 1 billion users, I mean, there's limitless. We could sit here and I could share niche after niche after niche, topic after topic after topic that we'll just give you these ideas, okay? In fact, here, quick idea. I mentioned San Francisco 49ers fan, right? Do you have a sports team that you like? Okay, start with that. Build a fan page for your sports team. You want me to give you a quick little ninja tip since you're here right now? Here's a quick little ninja tip. If your sports team is in season, if they have a game every single week or every day or whatever it is, they're playing another team, aren't they? Well, what if you did a little ad that said click like for such and such to beat, if you want such and such to beat so and so, click like for the 49ers to beat the Raiders. Click like, for the for the San Francisco Giants to beat the whoever. You choose a baseball team. I'm from the Bay Area, obviously. Choose a sports team, and every single week they're playing someone else. So you know what's really cool about that? You can schedule these out. I have the San Francisco 49ers entire schedule for the whole season. So guess what I could do? I can schedule out my ads to run for for 12 hours leading up to the finish of the game or leading up to halftime or something. So my ad can run for just that amount of time. I give it a total budget of like $10, and then boom. You want to talk about getting real low-cost likes by capitalizing on a trend? That's huge. That's huge, huge. Or how about this? When a baseball team wins the World Series like the Boston Red Sox just did, do you know that there were people that were actually designing custom T-shirts, for like Sox fans and fun stuff about how they won and about catchy little phrases and catchy little things? And we're going to show you how to do stuff like that to capitalize on trends, and how to actually place ads where you can capitalize on trends. Now, here's what I love about that. Some of them you never know what's going to happen. A celebrity might do something crazy, or something might happen in the news, or whatever it is, and you can actually build a campaign based on that. You can legitimately, like, full-blown build a whole entire campaign around a trend. Okay. Hey, look, I want to apologize if I'm going long, but man, for some reason I'm just really getting into this right now, and for those of you that don't mind, I'm just going to keep talking, because I actually have some really good ideas right now that I don't mind sharing, and I'm going to start the conversation here. Then I'm going to take it to the Facebook group, and we're going to actually talk about this in the Facebook group and get real down and dirty. This is one of those times I've always wanted to roll up my sleeves and actually work, right there, hand in hand with people, and actually be able to see their stuff. And for those of you that know me, I've got other groups that I've built up, other pages I built up, and I've always been there to help people. I love it. This is like, when you talk about when you wake up in the morning, what are you most passionate about? For me, I'm most passionate really about training. I'm a trainer, and you're measured as a trainer by your ability to help people get results. So I love teaching and training, but it's worthless if people don't get results. So I measure my success of the results of my students, of the results of my proteges. That's how I measure my success. And when Arthur was willing to mentor me, that's why I said, I got one shot right now to really, really, really do a good job and make sure that his time is not wasted. And I didn't waste his time at all, okay? And that's what you got to do. That's what your opportunity is right now, to be a protege. Okay, that's the difference maker. All right, so let's talk about this again, right? Okay, let me just give you. I can't help but share. I guess I'm supposed to be doing this in the private Facebook group, but as long as you're here with me right now and you're still kind of on the fence about whether or not you should buy right now. You shouldn't be. You should just buy right now, because that's the right thing to do. But if you're still on the fence, let me share with you a couple more little details about what we're talking about here. An example, right, is T-shirts. Okay, I didn't think that they were that good. I didn't think you could sell. My first T-shirt thing flopped. I sold like 2 T-shirts to a very good fan page. I actually thought that T-shirts sucked, and I thought people were cheating and tricking and stuff like that, or they're buying a bunch of ads to it, because I did a T-shirt that I thought was really good to a page with about 40,000 people on it, and it flopped. I only sold a couple of them. That's when I learned a brand new strategy from Arthur, where you actually, and I can't share the whole strategy right now. That would be unfair to people that are actually buying the course. So I'm not going to share the whole strategy. I'll just kind of share a little bit of it, where there's actually 3 things that you must do before you're ever going to have success selling a single T-shirt. And I didn't know that. There's 3 vital things that you have to do first. You can't just design a T-shirt or have somebody design a T-shirt and then throw it up on a site and then sell it. It doesn't work like that. If it were that easy, we'd all be making money hand over fist. We wouldn't need any kind of training or mentorship, right? But there were 3 things. We identified the 3 things that you must do in order to make T-shirt campaigns successful. Man, if I would have known those 3 things, I wouldn't have wasted my first month trying T-shirts. And then I went to Arthur and said, well, And then Arthur's like, well, let me try a test run. And then Arthur tries it, but what Arthur does is he does 3 things different than me. He did 3 things first before he ever even launched his T-shirt. And those 3 things right there helped him be able to make literally $1,800 in profit off of one single T-shirt. $1,800. How crazy is that, right? And he ended up doing a couple other test runs and made $3,000. So Arthur goes, hey, I got the results of my first test run. What do you think? $3,000 in commissions off of just a test run. Imagine what we could do if we were actually organized. And imagine what we could do if we actually went to the other fan pages. Because we have a network of about 20 of them now, and I think that was just one or maybe two, right? That's what we're talking about. But if you try to attempt to go sell t-shirts, I'm going to tell you right now, you probably already know this, you're most likely going to fall on your face. And I don't mean that to be insulting. I mean that out of experience. I fell on my face trying to do this. So what I'm saying is, instead of falling on your face, instead of instead of going and making your own mistakes, wisdom comes from two places. It comes from mistakes and it comes from mentors. So at least let us save you on those mistakes. Let us share with you the three things, and that's what I'm going to do tonight. I've already got my topic for tonight. One of the best ways to start monetizing immediately is going to be through affiliate offers and is going to be through t-shirts. So in the Facebook group, my two conversations tonight that I'm going to get engaged with and we're going to start chatting with is going to be ideas to sell t-shirts and make $10 profit on each one, and it's going to be ideas to get opt-in leads and then send them to an affiliate offer. Kind of like what Arthur showed you in the health and wellness niche. We're going to talk about that tonight. So those are things you can get started on immediately. Okay, at least your planning or at least your foundation. So that's exactly where I'm going to go. That's exactly where I'm going to go. I'm really excited. I'm extremely excited. Because this strategy right here is going to be my main strategy in 2014. Period. Hands down. Because I can start a fan page about anything, and using these same exact strategies, I can go out there and I can actually build up almost anything. Let's give more examples. Oh. All right. Well, everybody that bought already is probably already over on the other page. So everybody right now that's still here, still watching, and you haven't bought yet, boom. You want to hear something just freaking awesome? Check this out. Check out this for a strategy. Well, when you learn these strategies, when you go through our boot camp, you're going to become an expert at this stuff, okay? You're going to go out and get a little bit of experience. You don't have to get rich. Just go get a little bit of experience, okay? We're going to teach you how to be able to take this concept and go to small business owners. Literally, small business owners. You can go to local pizza shops. You can go to lawyers. You can go to doctors. You can go to, chiropractors. You can go to, you name it, brick and mortar businesses, okay? All of them have fan pages these days, but if you go to their fan pages, they have like 42 fans, and they barely ever post anything. And when they do post something, it's not really that effective. They get like 2 likes. It's probably their mom and their grandma, right? So you're going to be able to take this concept and be able to go to these small business owners and actually charge them consulting fees to give them a strategy. And instead of just, let's just call it Dr. John Doe Chiropractic. That's probably what his fan page is Dr. John Doe Chiropractic. Well, of course he's not going to have many fans because Dr. John Doe Chiropractic is not popular. But what if you went and learned these strategies, okay, and showed Dr. John Doe some credibility, and then what if you actually gave him or her, it could be Jane Doe, okay, what if you gave them an actual good strategy, okay, where they set up a second fan page that is on a lot more generic niche, something related to chiropractic, okay? You can brainstorm here. You could think, okay, what's related to chiropractic business, right? Maybe it's, health and wellness, or maybe it's, it's a generic chiropractic tips, or I love, chiropractic treatment, or I love my chiropractor, or stuff like that. You form a page like that, you form something like that, and you show that chiropractor, hey, you could even say, look, you can actually manage the ads for them if you want. If you want to get into a service business, you can manage the ads for them, or you can charge them and say, look, I'll be a consultant for you. I'll come up with a very, very strategic plan to be able to help you build a good following in your local area, and then be able to help convert those into, throw discounts and stuff into the group. So what you do is you get this big chiropractic thing, and when you place ads, you can place them in a local market. You figure out what the geographic area is, like 100 miles away from a certain place, and you can actually go find highly targeted people who like chiropractic business within 50 miles of the chiropractor's office. Now that chiropractor is paying for the best of the best fans on a much larger audience, and now that chiropractor can go in there and offer discounts. of their chiropractic services, or offer one-day specials, or even offer a free chiropractic treatment for people to come in. Okay, that's the kind of stuff we're talking. You could literally have a consulting business. Now, what if you charge, let's just say hypothetically, what if you charged $1,000 for coming up with a very good game plan there? What if you came up with $1,000? You know, you threw in some of the strategies we taught. You give them a free offer giveaway. You get, you know, create a little lead capture page for them, stuff like that. What if it's $1,000? Well, literally, what if all you did was you got 10, you know, you just went literally business to business, or emailed businesses, or just, you know, contacted them on their websites? What if you got 10 clients a month? That's $10,000 a month. Okay, or what if you made this even cooler? What if you charged you know, $1,000 up front for consulting, and then what if you charged you know, like $200 a month for ongoing support? Okay, and every single month, what if all you ever did was go through our course, and every single month you got 5 new small business clients? Okay, that would be $5,000 a month, plus every month you get $1,000 residual income, and that would grow every month. So month 1 you'd make $5,000. Month 2 you'd make another $5,000 plus $1,000 in recurring payments. Month 3, you'd make another $5,000. Now you're at $2,000 in recurring payments. The next month you're at $3,000, then $4,000, then $5,000 a month in recurring payments when you get enough clients. Okay, that's just, I'm just giving you crazy ideas of when you have information, you can become an expert. When you become an expert, there's people that will pay you for your valuable information and pay you for your time. And that is why this course is broken down so specific. That's why our 5 weeks are broken down step by step, so specific, because we don't want to miss anything. We want to have a very we don't want to just sit around and blah 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 blah. We want to have a structured game plan for you. And how's this? When you go, let me give you an example. Let's say you went and got a chiropractor that was interested in doing business, but they had questions. How cool would it be to come in the group, in a private group, and openly be able to share with your fellow, you know, mastermind members, and say, hey, I've got a local chiropractor that definitely wants to pay me $1,000 just to consult with them, but here's their objections. Does anybody have any ideas how to overcome them? Now we can all have a blast. We can all have a blast chiming in with our ideas, chipping in with our thoughts, coming up with cool ideas, and you can inspire other people to go out there and be like, man, that really works. Man, I'm going to go out there and do that now. Do you see what I'm saying? The possibilities here are endless. Okay? Traditional advertising is dead, right? Facebook is where I've been creating most of my wealth over the past, since 2009. I was in a real estate investing company in 2009, and I had my first $50,000 month on Facebook back then by simply promoting a board game called Cashflow 101, and I formed a little local club, and every single week we would meet up and play Cashflow. So I would go on Facebook, and I would go use the search, and I would find people who I would literally go find people who liked, you know, Robert Kiyosaki, or who liked Cashflow 101, and then I would have conversations with them and say, hey, we both like this person, blah blah blah. I know you're local, da da da. I run a Cashflow club, and I'd love to invite you out as a guest for free. You know, the charge is normally $10, but I'd love to invite you out as a free guest to come play Cashflow 101. Okay, and we would fill the room with like 50 to 60 people. We'd play Cashflow 101, and then at the end, I would say, hey, if you're interested in doing this in real life, I could actually show you we could actually teach you how to invest in real estate. Here's these courses, and here's whatnot. And we got paid a handsome commission on every single sale there. Actually, $8,000 in commission for every time that somebody went through this investing college. So I had my first $50,000 month just off Facebook, and that was back in 2009. Okay, then in late 2009, we did the whole entire blog campaign with HostGator, me and Arthur and a couple other guys, and we sold literally over 1,000 hosting accounts with HostGator at over $125 a piece. Okay, that's over $125,000 just by just by using the same social media strategies. Okay, and we did social media boot camps. Then last year, I started teaching something called the Facebook method, where you can actually where I taught people how to recruit people for their home-based business opportunity the professional way on Facebook, and it was free. Okay. Then after that, I partnered with Arthur, and we did something called Facebook Method 2.0, where you use the new graph search to find even more filtered people. But here's the thing: all of that has led us to where we are now, and I'm going to tell you, all of that style of marketing, it still works, but it doesn't even hold a fork to the fan page model, because it's still, that marketing still requires you to be a busy little bee. You still got to go in there and you got to be a good communicator, and you got to be able to have an effective conversation with people, and you have to be able to overcome objections with them, and you have to worry about whether or not your account's going to get flagged for sending too many messages, or whether or not Facebook's going to put you in Facebook jail and all that kind of stuff, right? So we had to come up with something that was even better. Well, fan pages are better because now you can advertise to that target audience for pennies on the dollar and have them coming to you instead of you going to them. You hear what I'm saying? Them coming to you instead of you going to them. That's the difference. Right now, you can sit there. You don't have to have conversations with people. You don't have to pick up the phone. How would you like to be making some serious income without even having to pick up the phone, without having to go to any meetings, without having to go even leave your house and go to hotel presentations or anything, unless you love that stuff? If you have friends and community there, that's actually a huge benefit of those local events and stuff. But, you know, how would you like the option that if you feel sick one day that you don't have to go to the thing? If you just want to work from your couch, if you just want to watch sports in the background, you know what's funny? I used to have a mentor in a previous business who told me that, you know, if I was watching sports, I was going to be broke. You know, he goes, hey, Chris, you know what the problem is you watch too much sports on TV. And so the problem is that, you know, you're not making money. That's a non-income producing activity. So you know what? The greatest revenge is massive success. So now I'm starting up sports fan pages so I can get paid to watch sports. How's that? It's like, how's that, right? Get paid to watch sports. Get paid to watch TV shows. Get paid to watch movies. Or get paid to play golf. I can go out and golf now, and I can actually another great idea for you. And look, this is it. This is my final idea because this is just, I got to move it to the Facebook group out of respect for everybody that's buying. Look, if you're on the fence right now and you're getting ready to pull out your credit card and buy, and you feel it kind of getting warm in your pocket, and you're like, you know what? I'm just going to freaking do this because I believe in it and because I love the passion and I love the authenticity of everybody here. And at first I wasn't convinced, but now after hearing these ideas, it is just game on, right? Game on. All right. If that's you right now, here's the deal. Check this out. Do you like free stuff? Do you like it when people give you free stuff? Well, check this out. What if you build up a big fan page, okay? When you start to build up a big fan page where you're like reviewing things, you build big review fan page, and you can also get a review blog to go along with it, and you can also do review videos on YouTube. We'll even show you that for fun. When you start reviewing stuff, well, what happens is all these product people, all these people want to give you their product for free so that you'll review it. And they just start throwing free products at you. It's awesome. I actually had a review business before, and that's how I know about this. Now, I can review golf courses, for example. Let's say that I set up a big fan page about golf courses. And what if I just started reviewing different golf courses left and right? I can actually contact any golf course and say, hey, I'm the owner of such and such fan page with 100,000 fans, and I review golf courses for a living, and I'd love to come out and review your golf course. Who should I talk to about that? And then what happens is they end up just giving me a free round. So now I can go to Pebble Beach and I can go review that. I can go to all the private clubs and I can go review at all the private clubs and not even have to pay a dime on it. Then I can start reviewing equipment. Hey, I want a new set of clubs. So you know what? I go review, I'll go review equipment for people, and I'll go review, different golf offers, different affiliate offers, stuff like that. And golfers buy stuff. If you ever watch the Golf Channel, it's nothing but infomercials the whole time on crazy weird golf swing contraptions. Well, how would you like to have a massive golf fan page and be able to market those same contraptions that everybody buys, but now you make profit? So if they buy that package for $500, whatever, you make like 100, 200, 300, 400 bucks on it, whatever the commission is on it, right? Or if there's clubs, you can go market clubs that have a monthly fee on them. Boom, you're making a residual income. Right? Do you see the opportunities are endless here? What we're going to show you is the foundation of how to set it all up, and it's not just fan pages. This is the main thing I want to drill in your head. If you just go out there and build a fan page, you're missing the boat completely. The real money comes from a full basically web that ties together, where your fan page is connected with your Pinterest business account. That's connected to your blog, which could be all set up for you. You don't even have to have any blogging experience, and you have an outsourcer running it all, and then that's connected to your YouTube channel. Okay, and you don't have to be in front of video. Okay, outsourcers can do all this stuff, or you can do it yourself and become an expert. Okay, and then when you get all that going, it's automated. So all you do is basically you get all these leads coming in for your business. You just send out emails, promoting stuff, and you just train people, and you just interact with people. You just do the part that's fun. Leave all the difficult parts of business to the outsourcers. Just do the parts that are fun. Okay? So listen. I'm gonna go grab a couple beers out of the fridge. I'm gonna go grab a snack because we've been talking for a couple hours, and I'm gonna have a recap with Arthur. I'm gonna apologize to him for all the tech issues that I caused tonight. Let's say we caused it together, because when 2,000 people are refreshing at the same exact time, it could run amok on a server. I'm gonna recap with him real quick, and I'm going to basically move the conversation into the Facebook group. Now, before I do, I'm getting a couple text messages here with some questions. Hey, you know what? This is kind of off the cuff. Since this is live and it's way off the cuff, maybe I should just do this. I was gonna just leave right now, and my stomach is aching a little bit. But there's some people that right now that are texting me, that are saying, "Hey, Chris, I'm interested in buying. I've got a couple quick questions. Can you quickly answer them?" Hey, instead of me answering them one-on-one with people, what if I just answer them out loud real quick? I mean, why not, right? I mean, I'll make sure that I'm leaving. For those of you that are asking me questions, I'll make sure that I'm leaving your name out and stuff like that. Let me just go through a couple of these questions. Chris. Okay, this is kind of. I hope people don't think this is silly, but Chris, how quickly can I really make money with this strategy? I was told that you have to build a fan page up to 30,000 fans before you start to monetize. You know what? It's actually a good question, and in fact, I'm actually guilty of that. In fact, let me. Arthur's in a little way guilty of that because he's my mentor, so I guess I could pass the ball to Arthur there. But yeah, when we first started, we were under the impression that you really had to build up strong engagement on a page before you could monetize on it. The reason was because if you try to sell stuff to a page too early, people really don't take to it very well. But as soon as there's a big, massive audience and you're getting 500, people and stuff like that, then liking and commenting on every single post, then it starts to make sense to monetize. Okay, but here's what's changed. So the answer to your question, I'm not going to say your name, but the answer to your question is yes. With this new method in our private mastermind, yes, you actually can start making money right away. Okay, you can start making money instantly right away because we have what's called a dark post strategy for people to start with. So what we could do is while you're building your fan page, you could do what's called a dark post strategy. So let me give you an example of that. You can create a t-shirt right now. You could create a t-shirt tonight if you wanted. If you knew the 3 things, which we're going to talk about in the Facebook group, then that's actually what I'll promise. Before the night's over, we'll go over the 3 things that you must know before you can launch your t-shirt campaigns. But I'll show you the exact dimensions that you need to make your t-shirt and the exact ad, and then we'll walk through how you can actually put a dark post with it. So you don't even have to actually build a fan page to make money with this strategy. You just have to have a fan page, but it could have 0 fans. Okay, so what you do is you actually post what's called a dark post, which means that your fans don't even see it. So you're building high engagement on your fan page, and they're not even seeing your posts that sell until you get a lot more fans. But meanwhile, you are posting monetizing things like selling stuff, but it's going to the news feed of your target audience. So it's not even just going to your fans, it's going to the news feed of your target audience. Kind of like what Arthur showed about the health and wellness offer, right? So what you do is you create a lead capture page, and then you create a good ad. When people opt in, they're immediately taken over to an offer, a t-shirt offer or an affiliate offer or some type of offer. Now you got to be very careful about this because there are guidelines on Facebook. Okay, we don't want to do any kind of spam, or we don't want to break any kind of guidelines. You want to follow the rules. But with this strategy, you could actually start right now. I mean, literally, somebody could go out tonight and could start doing it. I mean, Arthur was sitting there placing $5 ads, $10 ads, and was flipping that to $50. Okay, so in doing that immediately, you can do that with a page with no fans on it. I've got a story of a guy who's in one of our groups, one of our other groups, who went out and he started a fan page with 0, and he said, you know what, all these people are doing fan pages about the Second Amendment, people that love guns, because people that love guns are very, very, very passionate about guns. And same actually on the opposite side. People that are anti-gun are actually very passionate about that too. But they're so passionate. So what this guy said was, there's too many pages about about all these gun rights stuff. There's just too many pages about Second Amendment stuff, too many pages about people having freedom to have guns and AR-15s and AKs and all this kind of stuff. There's just too much. There's too many fan pages. So he said, here's what he did. He started a fan page with 0 fans on it about that. He went and developed a T-shirt and just went and did newsfeed posts with that T-shirt and literally made. He flipped $1,000 in advertising into, I think it was $2,500 total profit. So total out the door, $1,500 in profit with a page that had 0 fans. Now at the end of it, that page had 400 fans because even though he was selling something, still a lot of people were clicking the like button, right? So here he was, not even caring about the success of his page. He just started with monetization. Some of you might want to do that. Some of you might want to say, hey, look, if I'm going to invest $497 tonight into this, how quickly can I make back that $500? Well, look, as fast as you want to make it back. Let's get in the group and let's talk about it. Let's brainstorm some ideas. Let's get the conversations going. Let's engage with each other. Let's talk about ideas to make back the money right away. And as soon as you buy right now, you're actually going to get an instant bonus, an undisclosed bonus that I've already shared with everybody on how you can actually actually start making money right now. It's a 7 days. You've got 7 days to do a kind of a quick marketing campaign using a special bonus that I put together. So when you buy right now, $497, my goal is to help you reimburse that as fast as possible. What if I could help you reimburse that just inside the next 7 days? How awesome would that be? Would that be great? Look, I can't promise it. I'm not going to do it for you. I'm not going to just give you money, but we're going to set you up with the ability to do it, and we're going to teach you, coach you, and train you. I mean, that's what we're going to do. Okay. So let me just. It's taking a little while, so let me maybe answer one more question. Okay, this question here. Okay, this person, I won't say her name. She says, I'm in a well, I'm not going to say the company, but she's in a network marketing company, which is totally cool. We're not anti-network marketing around here. That's a you're an entrepreneur, you're a home-based business owner. I'm not, just out of respect, I'm not going to say the name of her company though. So she says that she's in a network marketing company, and she's asking if she can use this strategy to generate leads directly for that XYZ company. Specifically, like, does this generic stuff work to actually generate leads that she can use to recruit people into her network marketing company? And so looking at this right here, I mean, I'm guessing for if you're I'm not going to say your name, but if you're listening, I'm answering your question live in front of everybody. Based on the company name that you're telling me, I don't know this company specifically, but I think it's an energy drink company, or maybe a health company or vitamin company. I don't really know, but yes, okay, absolutely. If I were to start all over right now in network marketing, okay, if I were to start all over with a company just from scratch in some sort of a multi-level or network marketing company, hey, the big A dog, or I don't want to say names on here. I don't want to put anybody in down or anything. But let's say I started in the hardest network marketing company. Doesn't matter. Here's what I would do. Here's exactly what I would do. I would brainstorm a list of niches that are related to that topic. Okay, and now I would try to be as generic as I could, so I could get a big, huge audience. Okay, if my company was international, I would go international with it too. But if my company's just United States, I would focus all my ads in the United States, and I would do it. So maybe instead of I wouldn't use your company's name in the page. I would actually go and if the company was like energy drinks, I would maybe look and see, okay, who are the people that buy energy drinks, right? What are the stuff that they're into that I could pump energy drinks into? What comes to mind right off the top of stuff to me is like X Games type stuff. So if I was in the business selling energy drinks, right, I might think like take the big general energy drink companies like the big Monsters and Red Bulls and stuff like that, and go, okay, who buys their stuff? Who do those guys sponsor? Who do those guys actually go out and sponsor? What I might do is build some fan pages about the X Games sports. All those different kinds of sports, like surfing, skating, snowboarding, biking, the big jump stuff, all that, the celebrity people that are in that niche, right? And I would start basically placing ads going after the fans of that. I would build up a big fan page about that, and then what I would do is I would build it up, and then I would start doing offers for free giveaways of stuff. Hey, I'd give away a free case of my energy drink. I'd be like, hey, or even say, hey, I'm looking for sponsors. Are you really good? Send in your, post your videos in the comments below, and I'll give away a free case to somebody and consider sponsoring them. All these guys are trying to get sponsored for their stuff, right? Come on, get creative here. You see where I'm going with this? This is the kind of stuff I want to brainstorm with you in the mastermind, but I want to make it specific. Okay, so if I was, and if I, yes, the answer is yes. You can absolutely use this to generate leads for your network marketing business if that's what you want to do. It doesn't really matter, real estate business or any kind of business. Yeah, you just got to get creative. You got to get with a group of like-minded entrepreneurs where you can ask questions, where you can get answers, where you can network, where you can do all that stuff. Okay, you got to get with the group. That's what you got to do. That's the key thing. You got to get on the inside. You got to be in the club, somewhere where you have like-minded entrepreneurs who have similar questions as you. They're asking stuff you didn't even think of yet, and people that you can bounce ideas off, And I want to get to the point where we're all so good in there that this thing's not dependent on Arthur Tubman or Chris Record. Let's not make the group about us. Let's make the group about a private mastermind of all of us, sharing case studies, sharing results, sharing success, sharing mistakes, sharing all of that stuff. Okay, so yeah, you with the energy drink company, absolutely, you 100% could come up with a custom campaign. Heck, have some fun with it. You know what you should do is you should click the buy now button, jump in the Facebook group, and and start chime in and ask questions about how to promote that stuff. Okay, all we don't want is don't be trying to sign people up in your opportunity in that group. That's all. I mean, come on, go just if you're looking for people to sign up, don't sign them up in our private mastermind. Use our private mastermind as your peers, and then you all take the information, you go out there and you go make a ton of cash with it. Okay, so hopefully that answers your question. That's just one example, obviously, of many potential examples that we could give. So I hope you really enjoyed that one. Gosh, I'm about ready to jump off, and somehow when I said I was going to answer questions, I'm getting flooded with questions. Okay, the biggest thing I could say is buy now. Some of you have probably been waiting for me to stop talking. You're probably saying, "Hey, Chris, stop talking already so I can buy." I'm afraid that if I buy right now, that I might miss something. So can you just stop talking so I can literally get out there and just buy this thing and jump in this and start diving into it? The answer is yeah. The answer is yeah. I've reached that point where I think that the rest of the conversation can happen in the private mastermind. So I am extremely grateful to have so many loyal people that follow our training, that do stuff, that do it all. I'm so thankful for that. I'm thankful for those of you that don't have much internet marketing experience and you're here. I'm thankful for those of you that you're like, hey, a lot of this stuff's over my head. I'm thankful for you. Okay? I'm thankful for the beginners that are here. I'm thankful for the experts that are going to help the beginners. You know what I'm saying? I just want to say I'm thankful for the type of people that we've somehow managed to attract in this world with the law of attraction, or however you want to call it. We're just blessed, and I'm entirely amazed at the caliber of people that have been coming on. So with that being said, right now, click the buy now button, get access to the bonuses. You're going to get lifetime access to our Facebook fan page, our Facebook group. It's going to be lifetime. For the lifetime of that group, you're going to be in there. You're going to have access. Okay? And you're going to be able to watch recordings every single week if you can't make it live. Look, there is no objection. There is no objection. If you don't have the money, guess what? That's always going to be your story. I mean, seriously, the final question for you. You've asked me the questions. Here's my final question for you. My final question for you is this. Do you believe that if we held your hand in this private group, and do you believe that if we walked you through these 5 sessions, do you believe that with all the training and the modules and the bonuses and the help and everything, do you believe that you could at least make $500 with this strategy? Just $500, okay? That's it. Not even getting rich, just $500. Do you believe that if we held your hand, do you believe that if you had people to ask, do you believe that if you had people to help tweak your ads, do you believe that if you had the step-by-step system that you can make at least $500? Absolutely. I believe that too. Now, it's going to be up to you. We're not going to do the work, but we're going to meet you halfway. If you believe you can make at least $500, then it would be incredibly worth it, because now you're empowering yourself with the most important investment in your life. That is knowledge. We promise to do our best to be very specific, give you amazing ideas, and do our best to help you get as successful as possible. You gotta commit to us to meet us halfway. And the way to commit right now is to click the buy button, because you deserve it, you owe it to yourself, and because this winter you can prepare to have the most amazing summer where you take the summer off with your family, you take the summer, you go get some sun, you travel, you do the things you want because you have a residual income business on autopilot in any niche that you want because of what you learn. That's our goal. So with that being said, no matter how many questions keep flying in, That's all I've got. I look forward to seeing you in the Facebook group, and I look forward to seeing you live on the 20th, Wednesday the 20th, at 7 p.m. for our very first session as we kick it off. You'll get more details as soon as you click the Buy Now button. So thanks for listening. It's time to stop listening and it's time to start clicking. Click that Buy button. We'll see you inside the Facebook group. Thanks.